Heard they want to take us out the game. Said it's an unfair advantage or something like that. Yeah, I don't stand around acting tough. Record label still wanna snatch me up like Jackson stuff. Everybody mad cause they passed them up. I don't ask for much, maybe a sound system that's adequate. I'm attacking it, so ravenous, so passionate, it's no accident. These boys gassed up like flatulence. Need a Maylocks cause they ain't hot, got the game locked and I can't stop like a car with the brakes pop. At a club playing K-pop in a tank top, every package like they work for GameStop. K-box so they fill their lungs, tuck tail and run just like cowards do. My power overload scouters, last measurement over 9,000. Housing like realtors for real, bruh. Keep your head down and your shield up. Don't worry, whatever don't kill ya. It's the XP, you gon' build up. And I'm maxed out on critical amp. Rappers claim they gon' get it but can't. Wake up and apologize if you ever dream about hitting the champ.
Up and down your timeline, there I go again. See 'em hating on my reign, wonder when it's gonna end. I hear you making noise, but you just not there. Wanna take me out the game, cause it's just not fair. Boy, I'm OP, OP. None of these rappers can hold me. I'm OP, OP. Got the codes from the OGs, I'm OP, OP. None of these rappers can hold me. I'm OP, too OP. That's overpowered, overpowered.
I'm Heimerdinger in LOL. I'm Michael Jordan in 96. Rappers are getting over cause somebody told them bars means rhyming quick. And I took the oath and I honored it. Confident without consequence. Dominant on my continent. I'm like God, Sham, God of Providence. And I'm Superman in Injustice. I'm Alex Mercer in Prototype. Overhyped, you know the type that I cup the head when they hold the mic. So I snatch that from a rap act, kicking whack raps and attack that like a soldier do. Think your dad that you a sad sack and you shan't rap and I smack the cat who told you to. And I don't play well with others, that is unless it's my brothers. Gil and I'll meet Felicia Day. We keep it fresh like Easter Day. Take the mic and play keep away. Rap myself and still beat the case. Hungry like I ain't eat today. You looking like a big piece of steak. Well, as you can see, it's unlikely that I'm hungry, but you know.
Up and down your timeline, there I go again. See 'em hating on my reign, wonder when it's gonna end. I hear you making noise, but you just not there. Wanna take me out the game, cause it's just not fair. Boy, I'm OP, OP. None of these rappers can hold me. I'm OP, OP. Got the codes from the OGs, I'm OP, OP. None of these rappers can hold me. I'm OP, too OP. That's overpowered, overpowered.
Yeah, you are not up on my level. I'm overpowered in the game like Kazuya the devil. Yo, we running through them trenches like we mobbing with them rebels. Supersonic on that Sega Emeralds all up in my bezel. Look, every flow we spit is sure to knock your block off like an Eddie Gordo kick or a shot from my job. Got that flame like Molotov. Don't you disrespect the boss unless you feeling like Aerith trying to step to Sephiroth. Look, I'm Lancelot with that lightsaber. Never used to have a lot of dry haters till I canceled off of that hiatus like Kakarot in that time chamber. See, I'm at the top like Abdul-Jabbar. Skyhook, 85 Lakers. I'm too far, you can't touch the hills even if you had a squad full of white mages.
Up and down your timeline, there I go again. See 'em hating on my reign, wonder when it's gonna end. I hear you making noise, but you just not there. Wanna take me out the game, cause it's just not fair. Boy, I'm OP, OP. None of these rappers can hold me. I'm OP, OP. Got the codes from the OGs, I'm OP, OP. None of these rappers can hold me. I'm OP, too OP. That's overpowered, overpowered.
I can't even fucking tell.
They should be.
I know, Kitty. I know it's all over the place. We're fucking up.
Kitty don't like it.
Well, the thing is like I mentioned it to you yesterday, is that I they fucking ended up delaying my freaking. Oh, I don't know if I told you that they delayed my desk and my futon that I was getting. So she currently has nowhere to fucking sit or lay down except for a pile of clothes, you know?
Oh, she's not having any of that. She's like, I am a bougie bitch. So
yeah.
All right, there he is.
What'd you call me?
You're a bougie bitch. All right, you guys want to do the countdown and then we can get into this, start recording?
Let me start up my Audacity, and it's
let me get Audacity going on too, because my shit's all over the fucking place.
So,
all right, I'm ready.
All right, Scotty, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, counting down in 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3.
It's all over the place. Love it.
Corey and I were on my end.
Yeah, on my end, we were kind of all. Maybe that's what the problem was.
It's weird. It's weird, right? Because like on my end, Corey and I were together. Scotty, you were the one out. So it's
there's
you
always
and I
like
are
one
all
person that's off.
Yeah.
I play drums, so I am never incorrect. Because as everyone knows, drummers are in sync with the rhythm of the planet. So
I just fucking realized too that my fucking headphones are not even on, and they're like super, super loud on the fucking microphone itself.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, have fun with that, indeed.
Taylor Corellia says, "Nice shirt, Scotty."
Oh, thanks. Hell yeah.
What's your shirt say, Scotty?
It's a very big logo, but it says Sugar Cult. Pop punk
it says
band.
Sugar Tits.
No longer, together. I don't think, at least actively, officially, or whatever. But they had a sale recently. I said this to Anti-Chris because it happened like on the way to Too Many Games. I was like, "You remember Sugar Cult?" Anti-Chris, because he knows every band and everyone, and pop punk and metal especially. And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." They just did a 20th anniversary release of their first full album and these shirts. So, do you feel as old as I do now?
Wow, that's rough. What was it I saw the other day? Something I saw it 2 days. It's the 30th anniversary of something. I think it's something video game related, but I can't remember what it was.
Nights. Just people are saying stuff about Nights. I don't know.
It might be Nights. I'm not sure. I saw it recently.
Nights into Dreams.
It's getting close. I think the Game Boy Advance had its anniversary recently for some. I don't remember what year.
That sounds more up my alley. So. Oh, Eddie. By the way, we haven't even hit in the icebreaker yet, but I figured out how to stop that fucking Adobe bullshit that was popping up on my computer.
That was fucking great.
So for some
that was fucking amazing.
So Eddie and I had to record for some Shovel Knight episodes that are coming out soon. So, but for some reason over the last week, I've been getting messages on my computer about every 15 minutes. That's like, hey, it's Adobe, and they're like, you don't have genuine Adobe products on your computer. And I was like, when the fuck did this notification start constantly popping up?
Good.
So I was like, fucking good. It's probably finally today, because Eddie and I were doing the recording, and every time the message would pop up, it would pause the game, kick me out of the game, so no controls would be able to happen. And I was just like, God damn it, Adobe, but it wasn't on the capture. So, like, the people that are on the... I'm going to leave it in because it's too fucking funny.
Yeah, you just sound like a crazy person.
I'm just like, God damn it, Adobe, and there's nothing on the screen.
Well, the only thing about it was like it would randomly pause the game is how we knew something was coming up. It's just like... unless that was you, but it was just like all of a sudden it would just pause. And we're like, oh, it's coming up. It's coming. God damn it, Adobe.
God damn it, Adobe. But no, I went to go. I was like, I bet you it's this fucking Creative Cloud bullshit that they make you download. So I was like, I'm going to go uninstall this. And I don't know when it happened, but something downloaded onto my computer that said Adobe Genuine Tracker. And I was just like, not sure when this happened. Uninstall. Now I haven't had the message pop up at all.
That's when you're playing those adult Flash games. I mean, I wouldn't know, but
They don't download additions onto your computer like that.
You don't know that.
Tracking whether or not you are a genuine person, my friend.
Yeah, I'm a genuine person that won't pay Adobe's bullshit prices.
Indeed.
A genuine person.
My average Joe trying to do graphic designing on the up and up. So.
There you
Fuck
go.
all
that.
right.
Subscription services.
Right. So
But
we were
please
going
subscribe to
through...
Megavisions.
Please subscribe to Megavisions. I was looking through for news articles today, and I just literally went to Google and said video game news. Go.
Oh no, I stopped doing that a long time ago.
And
Yeah.
there was a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage. But there was this one article that caught my attention. And god damn it, because Chris isn't here, I gotta fix the fucking capture.
Uh-oh.
But the article is pretty straightforward. It's just like, hey, man was arrested for reselling game consoles that were out for delivery, and this happened over in Japan. But one of the things that stuck out to me was the guy said, like, oh, I had like some money troubles and stuff like that, trying to get through life and all that. And in one of the articles, he literally says, yeah, all the money that I made off of it, which was like $25,000, I just went to the horse races and lost it all. And I was like, wait, what?
Wow.
I was like, oh man, it sucks that this guy like had to basically turn to like a small life of crime to make some money to get caught up on his bills. No, he just spent all that shit at the fucking horse races.
Jesus.
A lot less exciting Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad.
Goddamn
synopsis.
Breaking
Breaking Brad? That's a good porno.
Brad.
Ew.
That's a never mind.
That's the podcast title.
I was gonna say what it is, but never mind.
Breaking Brad.
Breaking
That's
Brad.
a giant Bob segment, and not the kind that Eddie wants, apparently.
Yeah, the funny thing is I read the article thing, just the headline for the icebreaker on the docket, and I automatically thought we were going to talk about the Korean guy who, despite that it said Japanese man, I thought we were trying to talk about the Korean guy who got caught sneaking in copies of Squid Game into North Korea.
What? I didn't know about that. Hold on.
Copies of it?
Yeah, copies of it. Well, you know, North Korea is going to do North Korea things and not showcase certain things and whatever and stuff like that. So a guy was caught smuggling copies of Squid Game into North Korea. I'm pretty sure he's dead now.
But
I'm not going to lie.
It's not. Has it physically been released, or was he just smuggling flash drives?
Oh shit! That's
Yeah, I think it's
true.
like
This is true. He's sentenced to death.
Yeah. I'm not kidding. I don't know the specifics of it. Like, I remember seeing it pop up on the Instagram and Twitter and stuff like
Holy
that.
shit!
But yeah,
That's unfortunate for
Catching
this
up with
person.
stream now.
Right. I know. I tried to stream it, but anyway, that's fucked up.
That's okay.
Didn't know about that one. So.
mm-hmm.
No, mine was a little bit more lighthearted. The guy was just like, so the article states that he was doing like some delivery service for a company. No, it wasn't like it was directly from Sony or anything like that. It was just like, hey, I need you to deliver these. And the guy was like, okay. And then he just sold half the truck and was just going into GameStops, or not GameStops, but game shops all over like Japan, and just being like, hey, you guys want to buy this brand new PS5 that I have? And they were just like,
he wouldn't even try to trade them in?
No, he was making cash. He was making cold hard cash to go to the horse races, sir.
Well, no, but I mean, you can. Eddie and I can attest to this. You'd get plenty of people that clearly ripped off a Walmart and walked over to GameStop and opened these games. They would come in with sealed games.
Oh yeah, that happened
tell
at
them
Hastings,
you can't
too.
trade those in. You can't even return them because A, you need a receipt. B, we've never seen you before. C, we're not going to say it, but we know that's not.
It's stolen.
We know that's a hot game right there.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
a hot
Yeah, that's a
car,
hot
but,
ticket item right there. Well, not a hot ticket item, a hot
they'd
item.
go to
yeah.
another store. They'd go back to their car, open the game, and then go to another GameStop and trade it in for cash. So that's what I
remember
mean. That's
those.
why I was asking if he was trying to do that or not, but I can't see the. Oh, I can't see the article now.
Yeah, because the interesting thing about this whole thing is like, how did he acquire the PS5s? Does it say that he ripped them off?
So it says according to Sankei News, the suspect had been entrusted with approximately 200 PlayStation 5s, Nintendo Switches, and games at the request of an acquaintance who worked for a delivering company. But instead of delivering the load, the suspect sold over half the consoles that day to game shops in Tokyo, Akihabara area. Yeah, and apparently too, I didn't know until I read this article that when people that are arrested are like shown off to the media, they say their job title, like what they do for a living, and this guy was just unemployed. So you're just like, yeah. The guy obviously has a problem with horse races, like
Yeah.
But it does say that he made where's the number? Here it is. The consoles totaled the value of the consoles totaled 5.8 million yen, which is about 51,000 American dollars. And believed that he made about a 3 million yen profit, which was 26,000. So, unfortunately, he didn't make it
Was
very
it
long.
worth
So.
it? Yep.
I don't think it's sloppy. And any criminal that gets caught is just sloppy, is what it is.
Well, I mean, it sounded like he was out, like he was good, and then he lost it all in the horse races, and then just said, "Well, I fucked up." You know?
Yeah, I don't know if does the article. I don't think the article says exactly how he was caught. Someone was probably like, "Hey, this guy's going around just selling PS5s and Switches. Like, this is a little weird." And like, they start.
This is a
calling
little
other stores.
sus. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, if he has that many, yeah, somebody's gonna call another store or I mean, you can call the cops, but that's a weird thing because you have to like, I don't know, again, behind the curtain GameStop bullshit that I don't know if people care about or not, but you can't really, when you call the cops, it more has to be this person has reported their console stolen. They have the serial number. That serial number was traded in. So I don't know how this went about, but it'd be along those lines, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know how the Japanese government works, so.
I mean, no. In the long scheme of things, like I said, it could have been like instead of going to the actual like GameStops or like places like that trying to trade it in, he was probably just going to the local like game shops, like as the article says in Akihabara, and just like, hey, I got a PlayStation, $200, and then they flip it for like 500 or whatever and shit. And
I mean, you just have to sell for MSRP at that point.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's just like so it doesn't even matter. So I mean, I figured that's the case of what happened, but no, it's wild. It's wild shit.
Probably should have just gone to pawn shops if they have those over there. That would have been easier because I'm pretty sure owners give less shits.
Yeah, they only have to like really divulge that information if they're good people or if the cops ask them to. So
if they're good people.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, ScrubVerse confirmed here. Pawn shop owners are shit.
Fuck you, Pawn Stars. I don't give a shit about Chumley.
God, no, we're not talking. Hey, I met Chumley. Just kidding.
I still don't. He's gonna be at MacFest 2022. So
great, making the rounds.
I guess
selling his game.
Didn't know he was big into video games. Anyway,
if a lot of games is going to be there, he'll be there, I guess.
I don't bring this article up just to make fun of this man's obviously has a disease and now he's in jail and all that. I brought it up just because he was just like, yeah, I had money problems. I lost it all at the horse races. So
it's interesting too. It's interesting too that the connection to this whole thing with the horse races, because like I don't know who's seen Squid Game. It's not much of a spoiler or anything like that, but the main character in there has a gambling problem and loses money at the horse races. So that's why I think that's why I was like just kind of connected the whole, like I saw horse race, I saw Japanese man, and I was like, oh, this is the Korean man. Squid Game story.
My favorite superhero, Japanese man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that.
Why'd this sign me out? No, I gotta sign back into the docket. Sorry.
Oh no!
I have not yet watched Squid Game. I would like to.
No, I haven't watched it yet either. I haven't been watching.
It's good stuff.
Anything really lately?
Well, Corey, what else have you been doing?
I've been dying. I have been dying. No, I had a pretty rough anxiety attack. Like I haven't had one like that in a long time. Last week. So I was like, yeah, I'm not doing shit the rest of the week. So you guys have fun with the podcast. But I mean,
burned it to the ground.
Nah, I got Eddie set up to handle that stuff and all that. But no, I took some time just to hang out with Hallie and just like unwind. And I'm starting to read. I'm reading Dan Reichert's Anxiety as an Ally, and really, really enjoying that so far. I'm only about like 3 or 4 chapters in because I'm reading like before I go to bed. And but it's it's pretty good. I'm making a lot of connections to some of the stuff. Scotty, you're right. He does write pretty matter-of-factly, but I think it's growing on me.
Right. That's that's the first of his books I read, and he's a good writer, and that I mean that book was a result of him that was therapeutic for him, but I was reading that. It's interesting because I was reading that and then I read his next one as he was leaving Giant Bomb, which is really weird because one of his books ends essentially with him joining Giant Bomb. But once you know all of that shit that he has dealt with and then watch him perform, it's like, wow, that's pretty crazy to think about, but also makes a lot of sense. Well, his wrestling background makes a lot of sense into how he can turn it on at the flick of a switch, so to speak.
Well, the thing is too,
From an entertaining
when I
standpoint.
started
But
reading,
yeah, he writes it well, and he's dealt with a lot of shit that everybody deals with.
yeah, when I started reading it too, I was like, wow, because the first thing that popped in my head was I think it was their Mario Party like number 4 where they did it live, and I just imagined that whole thing like coming from a guy that had this bad of an anxiety problem. And I'm like, you know what? And you can learn to work with your anxiety and use it as like a instead of a disability, you can use it as like a proactive kind of thing. And that's what I gotta learn to do. And I'm trying to learn that right now. I'm still dealing with some crap and all that, but sometimes you gotta talk about that shit because if you don't, you're gonna have an anxiety attack and just go crazy. So
yeah, the
100%.
The most important thing to realize is it's not gonna just go away. You have to learn to control it and become the master of it, essentially. Not to get too much deeper than we already have on this show, but yeah.
That's my Pokemon, anxiety. So I gotta master it. So
yep, gotta catch them all.
No.
Oh shit.
Gotta catch all the disorders.
Oh, Depressamon. So
I don't like this topic.
That's why I'm changing it. So one of the things that I used to do back in the day was to make money because I was broke all the time. But I would make money, but it was also therapeutic. Was I would do perler beads. So I'm getting back into perler beads, and I just finished up. I haven't ironed it yet, but I just finished up a sprite from MarvelVerse Capcom of Spider-Man, and it's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. So I don't know.
Hey,
I've opened up commissions and stuff like that too, just to like make some money for the holiday season and all that. But
I didn't submit my selfie, so here you go.
Oh, thank you. There it is. Now you gotta make me work more. So
Megavision one.
Corey made me this, everybody. It's the Megavision logo.
I did.
Nice.
I need to make. I think I only made like 3 of those. I need to make more of those.
I forget how many.
So I don't know. Maybe we can slap them bitches up on the store. Maybe people will start buying them. So
Legit.
But no, the perler beads. I'm excited about it. I'm probably gonna be focusing on like more detailed sprites like that because it's just therapeutic and like hopefully they sell. If they don't, I'm making sprites of stuff that I like, so I don't mind having them in the inventory. So but TJ's already said like I need you to make a Venom one. I'm like, you give me the money, I'll make it. So
yeah, that's gonna get nuts with the drool and stuff.
Oh yeah, that color scheme is really good too because it's like all kinds of because Venom's like black, but in Marvel's Capcom they had used all those different shades of blue to make him look really cool, and the green and the blue complement each other really well. So, but other than that, I've been playing a lot of the Pokemon remakes. I've been playing Brilliant Diamond specifically, and it is fine. It is very easy. I have to remind myself that this is a game for kids. So I say that and I make a point of that because it got me looking. The other night I was hanging out with Brittany and Kenny in the Discord, and I was like, man, I kind of just want to play like an old school looking Pokemon game, but just like make it hard. And like Kenny's like, oh, I got you covered. So we started looking at a bunch of ROM hacks and all that. And 3 ROM hacks that stood out to me were, the first one is called Pokemon Fire Red Rocket Edition. And I started watching like a little playthrough of it. You play as a Team Rocket grunt, and you like during Red and Blue, because you run into Red and get your ass handed to you by him like multiple times. And apparently there is a way that you can beat Red as in that game. So I don't know. It's very interesting because like you start off, you don't catch Pokemon, you just steal Pokemon from kids, which is pretty messed up. But it also very limits the party choices that you get, because a lot of the people that you fight against in the beginning just have like fucking caterpies or pidgeys and shit like this. So I don't know. I'm looking into it. It looks pretty interesting. But I've always thought about that. Like whenever in the first game, there's a part where you do basically like a little gauntlet of fighting trainers in a row. And then this guy's like, hey, you want to join Team Rocket? And as a kid, I was always like, fuck yeah, I want to join Team Rocket. And then I'm going to be this criminal overlord because nobody can beat me. Like, but they never gave you the option, which was bullshit. So they gave me a fucking nugget that I could sell for 5,000 gold. So
now you're going to join Team Rocket.
That's right. The time's passed.
I also heard the title of that game. All I heard was Red Rocket. So
no, it's not that. Pokemon Fire Red Rocket.
it's so funny too because I was like, and this whole time I'm listening to you, I'm like, how do I incorporate a Red Rocket joke into this?
Scotty's your man. If you ever need to figure that out.
Oh yeah,
that was what I'm here for.
The other
I mean, what you're saying is just what you've said before with the Nuzlocke and how I really wish there was not a legit, but like some sort of for the first Resident Evil, OG PS1. I want an item randomizer for that because I could play that game with my eyes closed, and I would love it if there was a version of that game where like maybe even the enemies were randomized, where like you instead of the hallway with dogs, suddenly the fucking snake is in there, the giant snake
just there.
Yeah. So,
or you're instead of the first zombie, like it shows like the cutscene, but then it just shows the character model, and it's just like
it's just Tyrant or something.
Yeah, it's just Tyrant. You're like, have fun, fucker. So,
yeah,
that'd be great.
That would be great, especially if that. Although probably it wouldn't work since that model is part of a cutscene, unless like then you see the Tyrant come into the dining room and Barry just downs him with 3 shots of fucking Magnum. It's like, well, the game's over.
Game over.
Now, right?
Good job, Raccoon or Stars. The other ones, there's like Pokemon Unbound. That one, I don't know much about it, but it's one of the higher rated ones. It's just good Pokemon game. But the other one is Pokemon Radical Red, which is apparently it is a ROM hack of Pokemon Fire Red, and it just makes it super fucking hard. Like sometimes when you fight trainers in a Pokemon game, you're just like, it's based off of RNG what move they'll use. So it's just like, oh, like they used Hyper Beam, but then they used like Growl 4 times in a row. No, in Radical Red, the AI is smart and chooses like logical decisions, like to counter your attacks and the shit you got to do. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I could play a little bit of that. So, but there's fucking tons of Pokemon ROM hacks out there. I mean
that literally said, or unless it's been a long time since I played a Pokemon game, unless I'm mistaken, you cannot choose a difficulty level, right?
No, it's just like one thing.
Okay, so that what you just described sounds like if there was easy, medium, hard, that would have been the hard difficulty. The AI actually knowing what to do.
Yeah, and well, I don't know if it cheats, but I remember Pokemon Stadium. There was some bullshit going on in some of those AI fights, like up in the higher tiered ones. Like that's fucking bullshit. That Pokemon's not faster than me. So...
yeah. Oh yeah. You're like, in real life, that Pokemon wouldn't do that.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm faster than you because I exist. So...
yeah. That's always the best.
Have you guys been getting not taunted, but enticed by anything for Black Friday?
Not a damn thing.
No, I mean I've seen sales happening, but like I legit need a new chair. But I guess the short answer is yes, because I always see like, oh, what's this? And then I go to that store and then I start looking at other stuff and forget what I even went there to look at initially.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
yes.
So they really, I mean, I've taken advantage of some of the sales. Like I picked up Kirby Star Allies on the Switch for like $26. Crash 4 was $20. I was like, cool.
Oh, I did almost get that actually.
$20 on the Switch, and like, yeah, because that's like one of the first big price drops that game has had since it came out.
Yeah.
Right.
So I picked that up. The other thing so Friday, I was like, cool, this Black Friday stuff, I don't have to really worry about it and all that. And then Verge comes out with this article. 4 gaming PCs you might actually buy for an RTX 3080, 3070 Ti, or 3060 Ti on Black Friday.
Okay.
So what I did was the first one is it tells you how to get a 3080. There's a specific build over on HP's website that if you change like the size of the like the box, the chassis of the computer.
The way, I'm sorry, the what?
The chassis? I don't know. I don't care.
The
Shut up.
Chassis?
Yeah, the chassis.
You gotta get that new chassis in
the
Ford.
Cheshire Cat. You gotta get you one of them Cheshire Cat computers. So, I knew this minute I said the word. I was like, I said this word fucking wrong. So the computer box.
I mean, Chris has been gone so long that his horrible grammar has
here in
now
spirit.
seeped into you somehow.
His demonic spirit has infested this fucking company.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, if you did that, you could upgrade the graphics card to a NVIDIA 3080, like Founders Edition. And it came with a bunch of other stuff that's pretty good for about $2,000. I'm like, that's not bad. That's not bad. But then the only reason that I show you this is because, and I'm not showing you the actual website for this one, is because now it's gone. Now you can't order.
Are you regretting it?
There is there was another option. There is another option over at NZXT. This website does a lot of the pre-builts as well. It had better, so the other PC had a 250 gigabyte solid state chip. But this one has a terabyte one. This one has a little bit more RAM. This one has better but it has a 3070 Ti and not a 3080. And I was looking at the specs between them, and I'm like, there can't be that much of a difference. There is a noticeable difference, but compared to what I have right now, I think a 3070 Ti wouldn't be too bad. So, and it's still for around $2,000. I think it's like $200 off, but with taxes, that shit just goes right back on there.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
You lost me on computer talk.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately at the point where I do need a new hard drive. Not a new hard drive. I need more space. I need a new CPU. I probably should get more RAM to future-proof. But this is the best and worst time to need to do any of that because I have to, like Black Friday, when I was better about it and had less bills and shit before being an adult, it was like November hits and I stopped buying stuff for myself and it's all gifts for other people.
Right.
But no one in my family knows what to get me tech-wise. So if I see a good Black Friday deal on something, I'll get it for myself. But then that's like, well, now I can't buy those wool socks for my mom or something.
God damn it. They ran out of wool.
Bad example. Yeah, they ran out of sheep again. But COVID got them.
I mean, they also they also go they do financing through Affirm, and like I have PayPal options, so like it's very possible. I need a new PC. This is the easiest way for me to get the graphics card that I want. I hate the case though at NZXT, so I'd probably take everything out and put it in the case that I have and just sell the other case.
I was gonna say sell that case, yeah.
Definitely. So I might be dropping some money. I don't know. I'm still waiting for, as the time of the recording, it's the day before Cyber Monday. So I'm going to wait until Cyber Monday to see if anything like new deals pop up. And I'll probably just go with the Black Friday deal. The good thing is I don't have to choose between these two anymore since the HP one. So something
is gone, right?
I was going to go with this HP one, but when I was done building it and I went to like pay for it and everything, it was like expected shipment date December 31st 2021, and I was like I don't trust it. Like that's just like an end of the year date, and I was like, my biggest fear is I'm gonna start paying on this and then they're like, oh hey, we don't actually have the 3080s, so my bad. But I'm glad the page is 404 now, so it made my decision a lot easier. So
yeah, how about that?
So I don't know. There's still it starts that you're like, we got shit we got to do around the house, like that need to be updated and all that stuff too. But like literally anything that I do that isn't on my work computer, like I do everything through here. I do editing, podcasts, just leisure activities, all that stuff. And I think it's I'm like, I think I need this. I need to have this. The good thing is too, like this PC. Like, I could do the dual, like, I have a laptop, too, but, like, having all these PCs is I can wire them together to where, like, this PC I only play games on, and this one is only for streaming, so it takes the workload off of each of the CPUs and the GPUs and all that stuff, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a bougie bitch, which is quite possible. So
I mean, yeah, it's like I say, it's one of those things. Like I still try to understand it. I still try to get like the hype behind it because I genuinely don't. I feel like when it even comes down to the point where like, okay, like maybe I have extra money to like build a PC, I'd rather just go to Best Buy and be like, what PC do you have for like $2,000?
I mean, yeah, you just want to buy a pre-built. So
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, but it's I guess. I guess I can see the value in it, like you said, if you want to like hook them up and link them up, and that way one doesn't take over the other and stuff like that. Because I've seen it work on streams, on other people's streams, where like they have like 3 or 4 freaking setups, and
I mean, I did it on my laptop when I streamed Doom Eternal. I played Doom Eternal on the laptop, and I just fed that through the capture card of the other PC.
Yeah. So that's wild. I mean, yeah, whatever floats your boat makes it easier, you know?
Right.
Yeah, Graham right now, I sat in on the Megavisions podcast, and I forgot that Graham, his setup for when he's hosting is everything is running stream-wise on his PC, and then he has his laptop there literally just for the chat, so that doesn't hold down anything, like having Twitch and the chat up itself. So people got their setups.
Yeah,
so we all
you
look
gotta
like
do what you gotta
do. Tank from the Matrix or the Oracle. Not the Oracle.
Man.
Who's the guy?
Oh yeah, Tank. That Tank was the guy.
Tank was a little dude behind
Tank
all the screens, and then
are we talking about Cowboy Bebop Tank?
No, but we will soon.
We will in a little bit. Yeah. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, but yet, I think this is the first year, honestly, that nothing was like I wasn't really looking for anything on the Black Friday deals and stuff like that. I think the one game that I was just like, well, maybe I'll buy it was the Guardians of the Galaxy, because it was like $25.
Yeah, that one was in my cart for a while because it was $30.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay. I was like, maybe that one and stuff like that. But even then, like I said, I couldn't justify it. I got too much shit to play, and I got other fucking plans that I just kind of want to like hold off on. So as far as like gaming purchases and stuff like that, I think like I'm pretty set on holding off for it right now.
Yeah, that's I was making because my mom's like, I need an Amazon wish list from you. I'm like, fuck, all right. So I'm going through and I'm just like, all right, I kind of want, this book. I kind of want this. And then I saw the Harvest Moon cow plushie was on sale again. And apparently, so on your Amazon wish list, you can rank things in priority, and you can also put a comment on them. So I put that cow at number 1 and said, if I do not get this for Christmas, I will kill myself. So...
Wow.
Is that a public list, or did you only send it to your mom?
It's a private one. It's only for her.
That's good.
So, but no, it's tough when you're an adult like us. You're just like, I just buy things I want when I want to. Like, it's tough around this season to not buy anything. That's a fat cat.
Yeah.
She ain't got nowhere to sit, and she's pissed off.
Yeah, she is. She really is.
Confused.
You can have one of my 9. So
Black Friday just reminds me of all the new games I have not bought because I don't keep up with them.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That was the only thing I would ever like working at GameStop. I'm sorry, I keep going back to that life that I led, but Black Fridays were always like, I don't need any of these games. Oh, controllers are a whopping $10 off. Those never go on sale. I'll get one of those. But then it would turn into me just finding nothing and going with PS Plus again because it was like $20 off or something.
Yeah,
it's so crazy too, because like what trips me out, and I saw somebody on Twitter post that they were trading in their PS4.
I saw that
for Black Friday deals, and I'm like, dude, don't do it. For a controller and a docking station, it's not worth it. If that's what you're going for. And that's what they did. They traded in the PS4 for a controller and a docking station, and I'm just for a PS5 controller and a docking station, and I'm like,
come on, man. That's like one plays video games, the other ones don't. Like,
yeah.
But it just that's what it does. It's just like it entices. Like, I guess maybe that's the reason why I didn't look it up too, because like I could definitely look at my backlog and be like, well, I can trade this, and that, and then end up getting this. But in the end, it's just like I have the bad habit of trading in, because I'm one that does trade in, but I have the bad habit of buying something and not even playing it and then trading it in. Oh. It's just like, you see what I mean? So I'm trying to stop that. Like I'm genuinely trying to stop that.
I'll just buy shit and it'll just be like, it's in my collection. I'll never play it, but I own it. So
Yeah.
I gotta play more games I
something
buy.
related to that with my weeks. Yeah. The only way I can defend your friend Eddie is that controllers purposely never go on sale. The hardware never goes on sale because the companies barely make money, or
Yeah.
that's where they make money. They don't make money on the games, so that's why the games are always on sale so quick and stuff. So
Still, a
Yeah,
used
no.
controller? No thanks.
Oh, it was a
Oh,
used
is it
one?
used
Wow.
one? You didn't say that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep, it was a used one. Came in the little poly bag, the little plastic
That's
GameStop
got
poly
Cheeto
bag.
dust and regret
Mhm.
stains all over it. I can tell you that.
That's what I'm
right
saying.
now.
Yeah, like no. I mean, I've
Yeah.
traded in systems, like I said, like I traded in my PS4 and my Xbox One. That's when I got rid of the Xbox One. But I did it because I was picking up the PS4 Pro Death Stranding Limited Edition and the plastic baby in the freaking canister.
That fucking
Yeah.
plastic baby.
Which I knew should have set me up for disappointment because it came broken. So
You had a broken baby?
You got
Yeah.
a broken baby, boy.
I did. So it was weird, like because like it was, and I wasn't the only one. There was a lot of people, but when I reached out to like GameStop and like Sony and Konami was not Konami at the time. Sony
You
and
emailed
GameStop,
Kojima?
like nobody like responded. Like nobody said anything. Like like go through this. And I went on YouTube and somebody's like, here's the fix on how to do it and like how to open it up and like basically glue it together. And that's what I ended up doing. I was like, I'm fixing it. Let's go.
Fuck the average Joe don't need the fucking corporate America.
Yeah,
Only true gamers know how to fix their babies.
it's true.
They're broken babies.
Mhm.
I put in here just because I was testing it out today because I test out games for Thursday Night Throwdowns because I'm like, oh, can we play this demo for longer than 14 minutes? Like, nope, okay.
Yeah.
But I finally sat down and played Victory Heat Rally.
I was
Victory
going to say
Heat
because you've learned from previous streams where we're like, oh, we're done with this game, and we played it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like, do we just want to play Sonic? So, but
Sonic.
Victory Heat Rally is a game by
I have been looking forward to this game. It looks very
developer
arcade
is
fun.
Sky Devil Palm. It is a very fun game. It's all about like the drifting and you can fully customize your controller layout like from the first get-go. So I set it up exactly how I play Mario Kart and I'm like, "Oh, everything's super fucking fluid now." So I'm like hitting drifts and all that and the art style, music's fantastic. But yeah, you guys should go check it out on Steam. You can wishlist it right now. I don't know if there's been an actual release date.
It's very much inspired by the old 16-bit game Power Drift, 8 and 16-bit.
Gotcha.
If you look up that game, it's really looks like it's made by the same people.
I love how the camera turns whenever you're drifting. And I also noticed that the drift only happens whenever you like turn into the drift. Like if you try to like back up away from the drift to kind of like be cautious about it, you won't get a boost. So I don't know, you guys should go check it out.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Power Drift. Oh, here we go. Power Drift.
You'll notice as soon as you see the track in motion. Oh, this does like on turns and stuff. How it's kind of.
Yep. I see it.
Yeah, there you go.
I see it now. Yep. Definitely. Cool.
Yeah.
But speaking of video games and old cool shit, apparently I didn't know that Banjo-Kazooie OST composer Grant Kirkhope was working on remastering the Banjo-Kazooie album. But lo and behold, he fucking released it on Spotify and everything, and it is so wonderful. It is so good. Hold on, I'm trying to pull it up. It's got like the top 10 tracks. Like he did, I think it's 10 tracks, and they're all like there's one that starts like it turns into a ska song. I'm just like, all right, let's go, let's start skanking. Like, let's do it. Like, it's cool. Because like the first
my kind of stuff.
The first few songs, you're like, okay, this is just like the same song, but it's in like different types of or styles of music. Some of it would get like very orchestrated and stuff like that, but I was very, very happy with it, and you guys should go check it out on the Spotify's. It's called It is called Banjo Kazooie Rejiggied, is what it's called. I listened to it all the way through, and I'm just like, yep, this was wonderful. I even tweeted. Sorry, I tweeted. And Grant Kirkhope was just like, hey, thanks for being so cool. And I was like, hey, he retweeted me. That's cool. So
Nice. They missed an opportunity by not calling it "Getting Jiggity with It"
get jiggity
or
with
whatever. What are they called? Jiggies? Well, you couldn't just say "Getting Jiggy with It." That'll definitely get them in trouble. But yeah,
rejiggy, I think is fine. It's fine. But no, you guys, it's pretty good. I highly recommend it. This also brought up an idea because I was thinking about it. I'm thinking about MagFest. I'm getting excited for MagFest 2022. It's coming soon. It's coming in like what, a month and a couple days.
Jesus.
Basically, yeah. It's that close, yeah.
It is that
Yeah,
close.
it'd be cool if they fucking charged me for the hotel. They said sometime in November. Still hasn't happened.
Hey,
Hope
they
we still
got
have a
2
hotel
days.
room.
They got 2 days, Scotty.
Yeah, they suck. Every year it's a fucking train wreck. Anyway,
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm excited about it. So no, but I was like, we need to walk around because I'm just like, I imagine us, because we're gonna have a pretty large crew. It's like it's gonna be us 4, and then whoever of our other friends are showing up from Megavisions and ScrubVerse. And I'm just like, I'm bringing my portable speaker, and we're playing some fucking any music that we want to play. So
no.
why? Explain yourself,
Because that's
Scotty.
annoying. That's always annoying. You see people with cosplays that have boom boxes, and like unless it's someone who's not done this yet, and I'm saying it needs to happen. Maybe when it hits an anniversary, someone should do a Vanessa Carlton cosplay of just them on a piano on wheels driving down the halls with that song playing. If you've ever seen that music video,
No, but
all right. Well, never mind then. Forget that reference.
I don't care what Scotty says. I'm bringing my speaker, and he can take his own
All right.
man canes with him. So
Cool. Yep. I'll be. Yeah, you'll see.
That
see.
sounds like a threat. You'll all
Oh, man.
see. So
I'm barely there anyway. I
know. I was telling Eddie about your like the days that you're only able to be there, and Scotty's like, as soon as he gets there, he's like, let's fucking party, because it's like I only have a day and a half to do this. So
Yeah, we'll see how it goes this year.
I'm very excited, especially with learning to take more time for myself. I'm excited about this vacay. So I got a special gift for I've got gifts for everybody. So I got gifts for everyone. So be expecting those. And
yeah.
the only other thing is, I mean, I talked about some of my pickups. Picked up Kirby Star Allies. Picked up Crash 4. I picked up I collect the JoJo Blu-rays, but I only collect them when they're on sale because they're super fucking overpriced. So,
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I got one that I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
have. It was like $25, so I was happy about that. And I will say that we just went out shopping yesterday because we haven't gone out shopping in a while. And we went to malls and all that shit. That shit's fucking draining, man. Just like the malls weren't super fucking packed, but they were still a little busy. But just like, I guess my body wasn't used to it, just walking around, getting in the cars, driving around, going to other stores, going to another mall. And I was just like, I got home yesterday and I was like, I'm fucking tired. And I was like, I only bought like 3 things when I could have sat in my underwear at the house and bought all the things. So,
Jesus,
but
that's a tough life.
it's the toughest, man. It's real hard, man.
Did you see? You went mall hopping? You went to like more than one mall?
We went to an outlet
Oh,
mall, like
man.
an outdoor outlet mall, and then we went over
yeah.
to another mall, and the outlet mall wasn't that great, but the indoor mall was pretty good. I walked in to a Journeys. I'm never able to do this. I walked into a Journeys, found a pair of Vans that I liked that were on sale, and they had my size. So
Oh yeah, I don't know that world. I will never know that world because Vans maybe. I need wide sizes because I have fat feet, but otherwise,
that's right, yeah.
Sounds rather impossible to me as well.
I walked into a JCPenney and I was like, oh, that's a cool Mega Man shirt. There's only one left. It's probably like a medium. I walk over, 2X. I'm like, fucking snap, taking that. It was the only one. Even Hallie goes, I cannot believe that was in your size. So I was like, thanks, honey.
Fuck yeah.
Chat
Did you
says,
see, speaking of...
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You first.
Chat says, have I seen the new Stone Ocean opening? And yes, I have. It looks very good. I don't know anything about JoJo Part 6, so shut up.
JoJo SO.
JoJo SO. Basically, yeah, JoJo So.
Did you see that meme of Cinderella, instead of a glass slipper, the princess putting a checkered Vans shoe?
Did you retweet it? Because I saw it recently.
Yeah, I sure did. The next frame is her doing a fucking kickflip down the stairs.
Yeah. So I saw it, and I was like, man, I should retweet that to Scotty, but I didn't do it because I didn't see that you retweeted it. So...
yeah. It actually made me laugh out loud. So
I had forgot about that one because I had seen it before, and I was just like, that's good. Because the next frame says, "Oh snap," and she just does a kickflip. It's pretty good.
We where were we driving? I think we were just on the way, just out and about yesterday or something, and saw 3 kids walking along the sidewalk, all with skateboards. And I yelled in my car, "Do a kickflip!" I didn't roll down the window. But,
you should have.
The spirit is alive still.
Are they still making those, or did they stop?
Oh, I have no idea. I hadn't watched it probably since the last time we talked about it.
Yeah, that was before COVID, so they probably got hit by a lot of it. It's just like, do a kickflip. There's nobody outside. So...
Yeah,
nobody outside. Go for it.
Yeah, right. But that's basically. Besides that, I mean, we had Thanksgiving. There was nothing really crazy. Like, it was just Thanksgiving. So, I tried.
Are you still eating your food you made?
Yeah, we still got some leftovers in the fridge, but we're getting tired of them. The way I cooked the turkey this year, I wasn't a fan of it, so I'm going back to my brining method and doing it the Alton Brown proper way. And no, we got another turkey because unfortunately, when we did Thanksgiving this year, it was just me and Hallie because our niece got COVID. So she's been on quarantine. Yeah, and now our aunt has it right now. So there's even more quarantine going on. They're okay. It's just they're having a quarantine.
You mean COVID's still a thing?
Yeah, man. It's still a fucking thing. So, dude, I was like, me and Hallie were like, I saw some people wearing masks yesterday, but it wasn't as many as you would think. Like, well, if you were thinking Arkansas, maybe it was probably the exact amount you were thinking. So... But no, it was good. But I say that because Thanksgiving got postponed, so we're gonna do it after. We're gonna try and get together after everyone's done quarantining. But even then, you're just like, fuck, I don't even want to know if I want to do that. Like, so it's still a thing. Please wear your mask and get your booster shots if you can get them. I still haven't gotten mine yet. I need to go get mine.
Yeah, actually, that's a good reminder. I gotta freaking schedule my booster shot.
We're hoping to get ours this week. I don't know if it's worth promoting or not, but Good Mythical Morning did a video the day after Thanksgiving of like what to do with your leftovers basically, and had like they were taste testing, like this was reheated in an oven, this was microwave, this was what's the thing called?
Air fryer?
Yes, and the air fryer was the other option. It sounded like that was the way to go with a couple of them, or even microwave, but that might be something to take a look at if you've got 15 minutes to kill, Corey. Just food for thought, no pun intended.
Well, the guy I follow, Joshua Wiseman, he did one of those last year, like dishes you can make with your leftovers that are still good. So,
yeah, if we had the room on our counters, we'd probably have an air fryer set up here. But
they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice. Yeah. I do like them. And then yesterday was just like, let's go treat ourselves. Like, so we went to a restaurant.
Treat yourself,
basically. We went to a restaurant called Gypsy Bistro. That place was fucking great. Like, I sat down and I was just like, I want that cheese, this award-winning cheese dip. I want that charcuterie board. And I also want this soup.
Such a fancy word.
Dude, man, I spent $60 on lunch.
Corey's fucking hard life of walking around malls, and now he's talking about charcuterie he wants.
My only complaint with that charcuterie board was that it was not on a board. It was on a plate. So
then it's a charcuterie is it
plate.
Is it cha or char?
You just run it together real quick.
It's chassis.
Charcuterie.
I say charcuterie. I say char like shark. Charcuterie. Right,
it's chassis. The chassis plate. Well, then it's a charcuterie. It's a charcuterie plate instead of a.
It's a charcuterie.
Now I sound like I'm saying a Pokemon's name.
Go
Charcuterie,
charcuterie
go.
chances.
I think
Yeah.
the funny thing about it is that like I never knew what it was called. When you told me about it yesterday, I was like I kind of thought that's what he was talking about when he mentioned it, and I asked, I was like, "What is a charcuterie board?" And he's just like, "It's like an expensive Lunchable,
Yeah, it's
or
an
a
adult
fancy
Lunchable."
And I'm like, "Oh yeah." So because I usually just call them, those like Hickory Farms like things they sell at the mall.
They
That's
call
what
them
I
Harry
party
and David.
trays at Walmart.
Yeah, Harry and David's meats and cheeses or whatever.
Yeah, a meat and
Says
cheese tray. Yeah, I love that shit.
board.
I never knew what it was called. Like, and when you said it, I was like, "Huh?"
Dude, man, it had like this smoked Gouda and this buffalo mozzarella cheese, and I'm a sucker for brie, so I was just like, all this shit's so good. They had homemade pestos and ground mustards on it too, dude. It was really good. It was real good. That's my week.
It's the simplest things, but Rachel has started doing for breakfasts. It's the simplest things, but it's just hash browns and some fake bacon bit stuff,
Bacon
cheese,
bits, yeah.
and I think paprika or something else, and an egg on
Paprika.
top, and that's a breakfast.
Yeah,
So
it's very easy. I made
know.
the video that Chris shared. It's just like you take a poblano pepper, you cook it in a little bit of water to get it like soft, and then you crack an egg in it and put whatever you want in there, and then cook it for like 3 minutes, and boom, you have a poblano boiled egg? Question mark. So, yeah.
A pabloiled egg.
Jesus Christ.
Stay
Ed.
tuned for Corey's 4th podcast about food coming soon.
My 4th podcast is going to be literacy, learning to read. That's what
There
it's
you
going to be called. Chris is my only host. But that's all I got. I got other shit that's going on, but I don't really want to talk about it. So there we go.
Well, all right.
There it is. Scotty, what are you doing?
Boy, what am I not doing? So this week we're selling Rachel's car because it cost
Hey.
almost $2,000 to get it to pass inspection.
Ugh.
And we are at the point now where we've almost paid more in repairs than it costs to purchase used. It's all used. It's like a 10-year-old thing.
I thought
by
you were just going
Ford.
to end
Never-
it there like a 10-year-old child. We got to take
it's a
care of it.
10-year-old child. For some reason, it didn't pass inspection.
My
This is
10-year-old
to like
didn't
renew the
pass
tags and stuff like that. Is that what it is?
Yeah. What was your
Is it
question?
to like
Eddie?
renew? Is it to like renew the tags? Is that what you're trying to like pass the inspection for?
Oh, it's passed now that we paid for the repairs and everything. But yeah, it's in Pennsylvania. It's required by state law to pass a monthly inspection. To legally
monthly?
drive your
Holy
car.
shit.
Or I'm sorry, yearly. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Oh fuck! I was
Uh,
about to say.
Arkansas don't even have that. You could just get that
God
shit.
damn it. Yeah, so that and whatever. I threw it on here real quick because we just made the decision. We're actually doing it through Carvana. We're not buying anything right now because it is very much a seller's market, not so much a buyer's market. But
Oh, is it?
they're buying shit left and right. So with Carvana, Corey, you had not heard of them before. That was the vending machine essentially
Yeah,
of cars
yeah.
that Eddie
Yeah.
and I mentioned. They will actually come to your house. We're still in awe of how easy this has been and how like seamless this has been
Right?
because she's literally typed in like check marked things, the make and model and everything, how different things are with it, and then send it off and they give us an estimate already. They're like, all right, we can either come pick it up at your house or you can drop it off at the lot. And we're like, really? That's it?
That's it.
So we're gonna drive it there and I'm gonna follow her in my car. And we're doing it after sundown, thankfully, so they won't have the daylight to inspect it. And then we'll
Wow.
get a check and be on our way. But it's pretty crazy that it works like that. So it's we're getting rid of it,
That's good.
and which is going to be difficult because we're going back to a 1-car household. We literally almost had this car 1 year to the day of.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep. It was a nice year of us having 2 cars here, but we're going down to 1. So
I think
we'll just.
you've told me a little bit about how it's been stressful with that thing. I think you're doing a good move. Like going and you're working from home right now, so it's still not as
Yeah.
bad.
Right.
So
Yeah, I don't drive nearly as much, and I like it's gonna be because it's not just that. It's partially also she's giving up a little bit of her freedom because will have
Yeah.
to go back to using my car instead of
Right.
having her car. But there were just so many, and I will admit that I took things for granted because since she's a new driver, she was noticing things, and I thought she was just a paranoid new driver. But no, there things wrong with this vehicle. The short version is it is a capless. It has a capless gas tank.
Right.
That has been a major issue with it. It's one of the dumbest things, but it's environmentally better because I guess to sum that thing up is instead of a gas cap, unscrewing it, which even when you screw a gas cap as tight as you can, there's still air being let in, and so that lets the fumes out also.
Right.
Okay.
So with a capless gas tank, it has a slip that goes over it, and there's also a ball that rolls around in there to literally seal it from the outside air and everything. So you're not letting any fumes out. So that is better for the environment. But that has been the major source of issues with this because we had to have that whole thing replaced, which is actually 3 parts in one. That was almost $1,000 to get replaced initially.
Holy shit.
And we've been going to the same auto shop for years we've been taking it to one because my family's gone to it for years. So we know the people. We always want to
Right.
do that. For anyone that doesn't have a car yet or needs car pro tips, find someone that you can talk to as a mechanic, not just don't go to Jiffy Lube or some shit.
Yep.
Even if it's a friend of a friend of a friend, that's still better than going to goddamn AutoZone or some crap.
Raked over the coals.
Yeah. So, and I've learned that the hard way with the Ford Explorer I had. That's another story for another day. But so they were telling us straight up, hold on to your receipt because we had to get this from Ford themselves. Hold on to your receipt because there's going to be a recall and you can probably get reimbursed for something. So it's
Okay.
oh, that's a good thing to hear owning this car in the first 2 months. So, but fast forward through the pandemic and lockdown, and we just talked to her dad's a car guy, my brother's a car guy, and they both said, get rid of it. You're going to have to eat some, but it's better to do that now. You have to face facts that you've put more into it than it costs, but you got to eat the cost because it's not worth it. Let it be someone else's problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. If there's any time to let it go, it's now.
Yes, now is definitely the time to do it. So it was a lot easier, and that might be why it was so easy to get rid of it through Carvana. We are getting. I won't. If anybody really wants to know the details, I'll talk. You can DM me or whatever, but I won't discuss the prices. But we're definitely getting more than I thought we would.
Hey, right around Christmas time too. So
yeah, so quite literally, the money she gets back will help her finish paying off the loan.
Yeah,
she had on it. So it's fucking stupid, but this is adult life, everybody.
Yep.
So
gotta live and learn.
Yeah. It's just it's a pain. But I told her the long and the short of it is I had these issues with a vehicle while I was going to college, and I was not close to the dealer or the car shop that we're dealing with. Or that's been helping us, I should say. So that was a massive headache because I was at school and working and trying to deal with this car and take it back home and not have a car and whatever, So it could be worse, but it's not the best for a new driver's first vehicle experience.
No, not at all. I guess I can give, since you did a car update, I guess I can do a car update as well. Mine
you owned 4 cars last we talked about
one
cars
I
with
bought,
you.
so the Dodge Journey that I bought, it's still in the shop. They had to completely rebuild the engine.
Oh.
So
ooh,
yeah.
Mama.
So they had to go get a new engine that has 55,000 miles on it, and I guess they're still working on it. I don't know. They gave me this really nice 2019 loaner car, so I'm like, I just get to drive this until my shit's fixed. And I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, how much is this loaner car? So it's I mean, if I could just if we could just act like that last transaction never happened, and then we could start working towards this one, then I'd much rather like this one. It takes a little bit more gas than the Equinox that we have, but I like it.
Really? Oh,
yeah, because I think it's a V. I think it's at least a V6.
Does it need? Okay. That was the only good thing about when I had a shitty car and I kept getting rentals is I was learning how to drive different types of cars.
Yeah.
Because I did have at one point I had a Dodge Avenger.
Yeah.
And I got stuck with a fucking Ford 250 at one point. like an F or like an F something.
The big
And
truck.
it was I had never driven anything that size. So when I was going to work, I was accidentally taking up like 4 parking spaces because I would like park on a corner too far and just take up the other 3 besides the one I was
You're
in.
like, fuck
and
it.
I just
I
did
have
not
a truck
know.
now.
I will never forget the first day I had it driving to work when this house that I lived at, there was a small alley next to us, and it was probably not technically a road, but like we parked out front because there was on-street parking, and I would turn left because it'd be quicker than going all the way down, taking this street, taking that street. So I would just turn left and go down this alley. I did that without thinking one morning in this fucking F-150, and I'm going down. I'm like, I'm not gonna fit. I'm not gonna fit. I'm not gonna fit. I'm not gonna fit. Like,
push the mirrors in.
yeah, well, but it's like winter and snowy and muddy and shitty. I'm like, I can't stop. I fucking go. I hope this works.
Holy shit!
It's so crazy too, because like driving a truck that size is very, very different compared to all the other little cars. Because I've usually for the most part always had like small cars, like little Honda Civics or like things like that. And then when I had left California, I didn't have a vehicle, and the company that I was working for, they had a fleet of trucks that they were basically replacing. They're like, well, we've had these for X amount of time. We've already put them on some miles. Let's get some new trucks. So they started selling the old trucks to us, like the employees. And I mean, you couldn't pass up the deal. Like at first I was like, well, that's a big truck. I don't know if I want a Chevy 2500. You know what I mean? With the long cab and everything, you know what I mean?
The 8-foot
but
cab.
for $500, I was like, yeah, I'm fucking taking it.
Yeah. Right.
So, and I hated it at first because like I had to like jump and hop. I'm a short guy, so I had to like jump and hop in to get in there first and foremost.
Yeah, the oh shit bar.
I've used it.
And so it was just like, and then like just trying to maneuver that thing and like trying to back up. I swear to God, like the first like 3 months, I would always end up fucking up the rear part because I would forget. Like I was working at the time, I was working for the construction company, and I was working for like a part-time for like a cash office.
Okay.
Right. And I would always park next to this like light post that was there, and I would always forget how long the thing is. That when I'm exiting, and I would always hit, and I'd be like, "Fuck! There it goes again."
Whenever I was traveling for work a lot, I was able to get a rental car every time I was in Austin or wherever I was at, and I usually went for Dodge Chargers. They were like, it's one of those cars where I like how it sits, I like how it rides, and almost every rental place has a shit ton of Dodge Chargers because it's just like that's the new Dodge vehicle. Well, this one time, Austin Airport didn't have a lot of good choices, so I look over and I was like, I'll take this truck. It is a Dodge Laramie edition, and it is just like extended cab, extended bed and all this, and I was just like, all right, let's try it. And I went through Austin, and I was like, all right, cool. Apparently I can drive trucks now too. So because I was just like super comfortable in it. So
that's good.
I
felt both. I felt both invincible and scared for my life.
Exactly. Yeah,
thing.
You're like,
they're powerful fucking beasts. Yeah, those big ass trucks.
That's and I brought that up because I've driven Dodge Laramies all the way down to a Toyota Tacoma, all the way down to a Nissan Sentra because that's all they had. So
yeah.
But
yep.
No, it's good. That's good that you got out when the getting was good.
Yeah, I keep telling her and myself that like as much as we're gonna hate being down to one car, this is financially the more responsible thing to do right now. So,
and who knows, you might come across a really good deal that you're like, all right, maybe we can jump on this deal or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, she has ideas of what she wants, but we have to be realistic. And my Scion has still been running fine, so I'm probably gonna stick with Toyota for a while if I need to make another choice.
Right.
But yeah. Car talk. That's what you guys came here for. Food
talk.
and cars.
No one's gonna. There was an actual show called Car Talk that my dad would listen to every Sunday night. It was an AM radio, and the two guys were some of the best radio hosts I've ever heard because they were like a married couple. Like they were just like, it was very fluent and everything was funny and all that stuff. So I remember that show fondly.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry.
Nice. That's all right. Other stuff. I mean, I'll maybe go through these quick. Still making our way through the Cowboy Bebop live action. It's still horrible in my opinion, but I told Eddie last week, Corey, that we're on episode 7 of 10. I told Eddie last week, like, don't watch the anime first. watch
Yeah.
this so you go in blind because
So
it's not.
So you can have the anime as a palate cleanser.
Yeah, I want to watch the anime after we're done with this. I don't think I'd be still going through it if it wasn't called Cowboy Bebop.
Right.
And I said recently to Graham, actually, when I was talking to him about it, that if it didn't have the tank theme song, if it didn't say Cowboy Bebop, and if they weren't calling each other by the characters' names, I probably would enjoy this show.
I saw
But I
that
just
from a lot of
can't.
people.
I can't lose the grip that this is Cowboy Bebop. So it's yeah, you've seen all of Cowboy Bebop, right, Corey?
Yeah, I've seen it all.
Okay. Well, this will make a little more sense to you than that. My major problem with it is the script is fucking disastrous and just like not. I read an article.
Vicious's storyline is really bad.
He's one of the worst characters in the show, and it's because he's talking all the fucking
Vicious
time.
never talked. He hardly ever
Exactly.
talked.
That's why he was scary. That's why he was a frightening, foreboding object in the show. And like Julia's in it way too much, and the soundtrack just doesn't even fit with this show, with the atmosphere of this show, because they are using the original soundtrack, which is great, one of my favorite anime soundtracks, and it fits the anime. It does not fit what's going on in the show.
Right.
And it's like just overly bloody, overly sexualized, very Americanized. And I think the biggest problem is that it does not know what it wants to be, because it goes from being stylized, like overly stylized, and these
Right.
big wide shots to these zoomed in conversations. But then it's like, this could be a desktop wallpaper and it would be beautiful, to this is as bloody as like Kill Bill Part 2. Why is this happening?
Wow.
So the problem is, I think, or my problem with it is the Cowboy Bebop anime. I can take that and show anyone any episode and try to introduce them to anime with that show.
Yep.
With this show, I would not know what I'd be introducing anyone to with this. I wouldn't use this to introduce them to anything. I'm probably being overly critical, but Cowboy Bebop's my favorite anime, and it's just so jarring. And I think the article I read had a good point, but it was also a little weird because it said that the show has what's called Wheatonisms, or Wheatonizing, as in Joss Whedon, the script, because characters are talking not as the characters, but as like a character in the scene they are in. So it doesn't like phase lines are so hard to listen to. I like her character in the anime because she is a strong female character.
Yeah.
This show, she's just dropping curse words left and right that are just there to be curse words, and it's so cringy. I hate it.
Scotty,
But we're gonna power through it because I want to finish it.
Can you tell me 3 things you like about it?
Ein is a dog.
Yeah. That's just a fact. Like
He likes it. It's a fact he likes.
I mean, yeah. Fact you like. Ein's in it. So
I would like it, and I could see, like, this. Honestly, this show, if it wasn't called Cowboy Bebop, I would believe it if you told me it was a spin-off of Firefly. So
Yeah.
I enjoy some of the scenes and I enjoy some of the set pieces, but it's just so confusing as to what it wants to be. I think,
I've seen the clip with Ed, and I was just like,
don't say anything else because that's spoilers, because I don't even know what you're talking about.
well, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, okay.
What I'm going to say is, for the secrecy behind if Ed was going to be in the show or not, and then that's the clip that we're introduced to, I'm like, wow, okay, that's rough.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what Rachel saw, and she hasn't told me anything, so that's okay, Eddie.
Yeah, no idea what you guys are talking about. I still gotta watch it. I meant to watch it, and I ended up watching The Hobbit over the weekend.
That's totally different.
Yeah, I know.
You should watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I really want to like it, but it's been a weird 2 weeks or week and a half, because there was a new Ghostbusters, there's this new Cowboy Bebop, and now there's a new Resident Evil movie. So it's like the world wants me to ingest things, you know?
I've watched that new Ghostbusters movie too.
I liked it. I watched Red Letter Media's thing on it, and they had a lot of good points, but again, I think they just hate fun. But Did you? I assume you watched it already, Corey.
I have watched it, and we're gonna try and.
Did you
not
notice
talk
how
about
Rich
spoilers,
said?
So.
Did you notice how Rich said barely anything? Because I think he actually enjoyed the movie.
Rich said in the video, it is fine. It's perfectly fine. He said,
yeah.
He goes, I didn't want it to be a comedy. Like, he goes, I didn't want to laugh once. He goes, I wanted it to be completely serious. But now there were parts in the movie where I held off. Red Letter. I didn't see Red Letter Media's video before I saw the movie. I watched the movie and then the next day the video came out. So it's a little bit different because I usually do it in opposite, and I've already created an opinion about this movie before watching the movie. So I did it the correct.
That drives me nuts when you do that because I know you're smarter than their stupid commentary.
Eat my ass. But there were.
I just complimented you.
Thank you, but also eat my ass. But no, there were I agreed with a lot of the Red Letter Media stuff. I was bored. I was just bored most of the movie. Like, I get it, and I think their main thing, I agree with their statement that it's a movie, and I don't want anyone to take offense to this, but it is a movie for people that like Ghostbusters things.
That's not offensive.
Yeah, how's that offensive?
If you watch the video, it's kind of offensive. So
no, that's because I don't know.
I think it's
names.
the way they
I don't know anyone's
the
name.
lines.
Who else? Who's the one with the beard?
What's his name?
Jay.
All red?
Jay. No, what Jay says
anyway,
is insulting. Well, yeah, I mean in the RLM crew. What Jay says is insulting, but how you said it is not. But it is a movie for people that want to celebrate enjoying Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and I've realized that Ghostbusters 1 exists, so I can be happy. I'm fine. Yeah. I like Ghostbusters 1.
Yeah.
It's just I've come to terms with anything that because Hollywood can't make an original fucking thing to save its fucking life. That's not true. There are indie directors that are making really cool shit, but the problem is they make something that does really well, and then Marvel's like, here's a movie, and they're like, what?
Case in point, Annihilation versus Black Panther. Check out the Static Zone podcast, everybody.
Yeah, I liked both those movies, though. That's the rare situation where I did actually like both those movies. So
yeah.
But no, I mean, I took it. I was like, hey, let's go watch this just to kind of like chill. And like, I also, dude, I was like, cool, it's just us. We went to a late show. We went to like a 9:40 viewing, which is late for out here. And then 2 people showed up that sat 2 rows behind us and wouldn't shut the fuck up the entire time. To the point where, for audio listeners, I'm going to need to explain what I do. To the point where I did this and stared at the person for 3 minutes straight. And they were just like, they finally shut up. And Hallie was like, thank you. So
I may or may not have chucked a few things a bunch of crunch at a person that was on their phone for most of the movie, a couple rows in front of us.
I got really
not chucked it, but I tossed it because it was like I couldn't sit in my seat and not have that even
phone
be just out of my peripheral because it's fucking glowing.
Yep.
I don't know. Old men. What do you want?
I'm that person where I am not above. I got to the point. Luckily, they stopped talking because my next line was going to be "Shut the fuck up," because I was just like,
I want to get the.
Because most people, if you tell them to shut the fuck up in a situation like that, they're going to be like, they'll shut the fuck up. There's also that part where they won't. So, so you got to outweigh it.
You can always have them removed. But yeah.
Another threat from Mr. Scotty Moe.
I don't give a shit anymore. I scared the shit out of one dude in a movie theater once because he was on his phone. And I literally, like, AJ was sitting to the left of me. I walked over AJ and down a couple rows and was like, hey, if you're not going to watch the movie, could you at least turn your phone off or just, whatever, because all I can see is your phone right now. Went back up to my seat. He left.
And you just went,
fuck it. I don't fucking care. I'm an old man. I want to watch my shows.
I paid money to watch this fucking movie. I don't want to, I already have to deal with the fact that I can't get mad at people because, like, I'll hear people eating popcorn. I'm like, all right, I can't get super mad about that. But, like, on your phone or just talking, like, dude, if you got a bassy voice, shut the fuck up. I told
you about the lady who was watching Frozen when we went to see Frozen 2, and some lady, like, a couple seats next to us was, like, talking to the movie.
No, Elsa, like, don't go in there.
I forget the character's name who is into one of the princesses. I don't know who anyone's name. There's Elsa and Anna. Whoever the redhead is, she has a guy and he has this whole montage, not montage,
Monologue?
yeah, montage kind of. He sings a song,
Okay.
and this lady was saying like, I'll just say that his name was Ted
Okay.
because I don't remember, but she was like, "No, Ted, you got this. You can do this." Like talking
Oh.
to the movie and like giving the character a pep talk, and I'm like, "How old are you?"
She might be a little in her own head, so
Maybe, I don't know.
It sounds like
So-
you guys. It sounds like y'all have got some rude ass people on your neck of the woods.
It doesn't
'cause-
happen very often
Yeah.
on my end. It
Like,
doesn't.
'cause
No,
on,
yeah, I do-
On my end, it's like never happens.
Well, I do generally enjoy going to the theater more than sitting at home watching stuff, depending on the movie. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I would.
Christoph, that's it. Thank you, Kenny. Christoph,
I
you got
thought-
this, Christoph.
I thought I was gonna be okay. Like when COVID happened, I was like, cool, movie theaters are gonna die. Fuck movie theaters. I hate movie theaters. Now going
Yeah.
to movies recently,
Oh,
I'm
you
like,
just
they're not bad.
you're
They're
just
not
an
fun.
angry old man.
I don't like packed movie theaters. That's where my anxiety gets crazy, and I don't like it. Especially if I gotta sit in a. I won't go to a movie if I can't. Like if I gotta sit in the middle of a row that's full. Fuck that. I'd rather go do something else. Like
Yeah, see, no, I was worried when like the whole pandemic thing happened, like the movie theaters were kind of like shutting down and AMC went out because I really enjoy the movie theaters, and I'm the type of dude that's like I'll go to the movies by myself. I'll sit in the
Don't have
middle,
the
I'll sit
Dragon
in the
Ball Z
back.
movies.
Like, yeah, it doesn't care. Like, I don't care. Like, I have a really good time going to the movie theaters. Especially like I don't know. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them, but like the ones that like offer beer and like food and all that shit, like
yeah, it's
actual
like the
food.
draft houses.
Yeah, like those are the ones where I'm like I pregame before the movie. That's the last movie that I went to go see in theaters before COVID happened was the Sonic the Hedgehog movie on
Hey, that was mine
Valentine's Day.
too.
Yeah,
Same here.
yeah.
Same here.
And I went, and I think it was for a lot of us. It was for a lot of us. And I remember, like, yeah, I was like, they had like special like Sonic drinks. Like I had like Sonic Blue Dream, which
Oh.
is basically like a beefed up Adios motherfucker, like a slice of pizza and shit. And like
No
I
chili
just.
dogs?
No chili dogs. Yeah, they had like mini dogs though. They had like little pigs in a blanket and shit. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
you know,
I
but
go ahead.
it was good. So I was just like
Yeah,
I said,
they're
like
fun.
I enjoy those experiences.
They're
Yeah.
fun when you go with a group too. But when I went one of the last times I was in Austin, there was a movie called Jojo Rabbit that came out that I really really liked. It was very very good. And but the only showing that I was able to go to was at Alamo Draft House late at night. So I get my ticket. I'm sitting in like one of like the rows. I got a good seat. The lights dim down in this. She's the waitress. I didn't understand what was going on,
Oh.
but she walked up
Yep.
and she was like, "Can I get you something?" I was like, "Shh." I shushed the waitress. I was like, "The movie star." She's like, "No, I'm here to get your drink order." And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow,
I will take your largest beer because of that
Yeah.
situation that just happened."
What a jerk!
I'm sure they get that all the time. They're
Yeah.
not all
Yeah.
the time, but enough that they're not offended.
I think I might start going to the movies some more.
Yeah, it was weird because the last
So
movie
for
we
what?
saw
So
was-
you can complain?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Shut
The
up.
last movie we saw was Sonic, and then the first movie we see is Ghostbusters. So again, me.
It's all about
um,
you, baby.
Speaking of me, we also went and saw over almost 200 Nutcrackers around this town.
Yeah, you sure did.
So yeah, go ahead and bring that shit up.
You sure
and
did.
I'm on the first
What?
photo, and Rachel posted all these. So it's 100 and some Nutcrackers that are all stylized and made to look like something else and whatever. And it's a lot of fun. It's this small town in Ohio. Such a weird country that we live in that we went. We're in Pennsylvania. We drove through West Virginia and got to Ohio. So
Sure.
the stream is lagging behind. So I'll
Yeah,
just
I'm
say,
waiting for it to pop up. It's just like, yeah, it's so interesting and how far. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
let me-
Slash.
let me s-
Nice.
Yeah, I
Yep.
can't share my screen because it'll fuck with the cameras, but I'll work on that.
Right. So the first one there is David Bowie and Slash.
Oh,
From Guns
okay.
N'
I'll
Roses.
go back to that one. So you,
Oh, okay.
okay, David.
Yeah.
Bowie. Oh, Ziggy Stardust. Yeah,
Yeah.
Starman, they call him.
yeah. Starman.
So we were posing. I was more posing, and Rachel was just kind of smiling, taking the
Oh.
more classy pictures next to them. The
Harvest
next one
Cafe?
is we'll just go through a couple of these to show people like what this town has to offer, I guess.
Sure.
Uh,
Hey,
the
you're
next
wearing a
one-
Netflix Cowboy Bebop sweater. Pretty
Yes, Netflix's own I'm the Corgi.
the dog.
There's a librarian that Rachel's standing next to in that one,
Yeah.
which is cool. She likes books. Next slide, please. Me and Charlie Brown.
Sure, Charlie Brown.
Looking a little dumpy.
Yeah, it's Charlie Brown.
He is.
You didn't recognize him? Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Carlos Cafe.
I know who it is, sir.
Sure as hell doesn't sound like it.
I was just like, yeah, Charlie Brown.
Next one is
Ooh.
Rachel with the Wizard of Oz people.
She's
petting Toto.
That's awesome.
I just realized now that the lion looks closer to Commander Meowth than the lion from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, you're not lying. I didn't even mean to.
See you guys.
Hey, wah 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 wah.
I've yet to see
Next
the picture.
slide,
I'm
please.
still on Charlie Brown.
Oh shit, sorry.
Oh, it'll get there. This next one's pretty good.
The next one, they did the goddamn Terminator. So they have a I'm not describing these to the listeners at all. Maybe here, actually, I can share my screen with you guys.
See it. I saw the Terminator.
Will that mess things up a lot, Corey? Do you think?
It might jack up the
That's all right.
canvas.
It's all right. We get to it. We get to it.
All right. So Terminator. He's literally split in half. As one half is the T-100, the other half is normal Nutcracker. So that was my favorite out of the bunch.
I think I have to correct you. It's a T-1000.
The T1 Nutcracker.
Yeah, I don't care. Next one is
the T1000. If you want to get to that, the T1000 is liquid metal. That one's the T900 series.
Oh, is that what it is?
900?
Yeah,
my bad. I combined them.
Oh, it's the Betty. What's her name?
Rosie the Riveter.
Rosie the Riveter. I don't know why I said Betty.
Betty, huh?
My bad.
You sexist ass.
No. Yeah.
So that's cool. Rachel got a picture next to that. Go to the next one. We got a Porsche Motorsport. Oh, there's a lot of words on that little thing's placard there, but I stood next to that one because he looked cool.
Porsche Le Mans driver. Okay, fast lane. Sure, that looks great. And you look like you're racing with him.
Le Mans?
Le Mans?
Le Mans.
Le Mans. Le Mans.
I'm just getting to Rosie the Riveter.
Le Mans.
Okay. Well, you'll get there. Next slide, please. Rachel posed next to Pinocchio and Geppetto.
Oh, is it that? That's irony?
Maybe. I don't know. There was no one around. I wanted to get like her be the Pinocchio and I could pose as Geppetto, but we're trying to keep our distance from some people and stuff anyway. So these were all like, I should preface this. This is all throughout a town, like on sidewalks is where they have all these nutcrackers. I didn't say that to begin with here. Go ahead to the next one, which is, I swear it was Doc Brown, but it's just some dude scientist. What's his name? Dr. Barry M. Chemical.
Yeah, it looks like it could be the guy from Dr. Horrible's a little bit. It looks like it could be.
Or even that.
Yeah. Generic science.
I can't see it, so I'm gonna assume that it's Rick from Rick and Morty.
Kinda.
Sure. Next slide, please. There's the beekeeper.
Okay, this one just is a nutcracker in a beekeeper suit that has bees all over it.
His name is Honey Nut.
Oh my god! So, all right. On that note,
well, we'll keep going. Next slide, please, is me and the little drummer boy.
Hey.
Of course, had to get a picture next to him. Just Nutcracker playing drums.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. Then Rachel and the Seven Dwarves and Snow White. There's a bunch of it's just a small town in Ohio, so they had like all kinds of random things. This little like sort of marketplace thing going on. You can't really tell in the next one, but it is. Well, you can tell that it's Sherlock Holmes, sort of.
Yeah.
And he had a giant pipe in his hand, but the angle is weird. So I was trying to pretend that I was also.
I see the pipe now. Yeah, that pipe's huge.
I realize that it is a weird angle, so it's not as clear.
That's fine. Audio listeners can see it. So
yeah, and then
I can.
I think okay.
Christmas at the Fort.
Yeah, you can just skip that one. We don't need to get cutesy on here. And then the next one is
Santa.
Or the last one. Yeah, the last one was weird because Santa was like leaned up against the glass in this store, so it looked like he was trying to get out. So I'm just like, no, let me help you.
He looks like a zombie from Dawn of the Dead.
A little bit. And then if you can, real quick, Corey, go ahead and open up my Twitter. I forgot, just the most recent thing that I posted on Twitter is the last thing I sent. I forgot to send these to Rachel before she did all the posts, but as we were leaving, we were parked across the street from the Terminator. We didn't realize it until we were getting in the car. We were parked across the street from the Terminator Nutcracker. but we
What?
by the time we were leaving, it was dark out, and we looked over and see the Terminator, and his fucking eye is glowing.
No
What?
shit.
That's creepy as shit.
But it's like, yeah, it was blinking. It wasn't just glowing; it was blinking on and off. So,
I like Alicia's comment. She said had 5 Nights at Freddy's flashbacks. So much nope.
right, yeah, it's
That's
pretty great. And so there's of course a store dedicated to all these nutcrackers. And we went in there and grabbed a magnet because we tend to, like, if we're gonna get a souvenir, if we want something cheap and like to remember it, we'll get a magnet.
Right.
So we got a magnet of the Wizard of Oz nutcrackers, and then we also grabbed an ornament. So of course got the ornament of the best nutcracker out of all of them. They had one of the Terminator.
That's awesome.
Is it not going to focus? Maybe.
You can see it pretty well. Yeah, we can see it.
Mm-hmm. So
you'll be all right. So that's awesome. That's good. You had a good time.
That was a fun little dumb thing, or touristy sort of Christmassy thing we found nearby. So that was a good time.
Right on.
And let me bring the outline back up in front of me. What's funny also, talking about being like old people, we done with that at like, it wasn't even 7:00 yet when we were leaving that city.
Yeah.
But winter's here, so the sun sets sooner now. And we're like, and I was like, hey, can we go see the Resident Evil movie? We still got like the night ahead of us. And so we drove to a theater, and then we had to pick our seats, but every seat was taken except for the front row. And we're like, oh, it's 7:30 on a Saturday. Why the fuck did we think that we could walk into this?
Right.
So so we're like, all right, fuck it. I'll reserve tickets at another theater. Let's go to this theater. We're seeing this movie. But then by the time we got to that theater, we're like, we just kind of want to go home now because we're boring adults. And so I got a refund on my tickets. We went and grabbed some food and just went home.
Dude, when I said that we were tired yesterday, it was like 6.
Yeah.
But we had been up since like we got on the road at 10, and then we got like started shopping at noon. So
I will say we were walking around for a couple of hours at this Nutcracker thing. I wasn't really tired after that, and this isn't a plug, like no sponsor, but I have Ring Fit to thank for that because I've been doing that more. And before the lockdown, I could not stand on my feet for more than like an hour or so if I needed to. And so doing all those dumb squats and things are helping me, I guess.
There you go. Hey, light exercise goes a long way, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm getting back into exercising. Classes, school's almost done for the semester, so I'm gonna start getting back into the gym.
Yeah.
So I should just.
I'd say even maybe even ease into it with Ring Fit if you need like an excuse to do something, and also if you don't feel like going to the gym physically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, though, I played some Sega CD stuff. I'll get into why in a little bit, but I set up the Tower of Power, which is the Genesis Sega CD and 32X in the living room. And some stuff didn't work out, so I was playing just my Sega CD collection because I barely do, because I boxed it up and put it in the closet when I was cleaning up pre-marathon for people coming over and stuff, and I just forget that I have a library. And I won't talk too long about it, but I was playing Spider-Man versus Kingpin. Dude, that soundtrack is fucking great, and it does not have any right to be. And like the theme song of the title screen has vocals and stuff, and I'm just sitting here like bobbing to this fucking tune.
It's the fucking Pictionary title screen. Like, why is that so fucking good on Nintendo?
Yeah, it's so weird. But Spider-Man versus Kingpin has a fucking great soundtrack, and I looked up who did it. It's Spencer Nilsson who did the Sonic CD OST, so that makes sense.
Anytime someone brings up Spider-Man game, I'm like, the one that had green jelly as the OST, and everyone's like, no.
The PS1 one?
No, it was one of the cartridge-based ones. It was either the Genesis. I think it was the Genesis one.
Yeah, versus arcade when he's with the X-Men, maybe, or something. I forget.
Some fucking band named Green Jelly did the music for it.
Yeah. But it's funny because I've been popping back into the PS4 Spider-Man game because I got my save file to actually download correctly. Hooray!
Hey.
But no, that kind of prompted me to play this Spider-Man game too. So it's good. Check out that soundtrack, I guess. the reason that I had the Tower Power set up was on Black Friday. I hit up Warp Zone and got a couple of games. I went to Warp Zone because they had an all weekend 20% off the whole store. Anything, consoles, games, soundtracks, figures, whatever you can find, which is also how I got the Tower Power, because that's like a near $200 purchase. But when you take 20% off of that, that's a chunk.
Yeah, $20.
And
no,
yeah.
$40.
So I went in there. I went in there looking for a Burnout game because I had mentioned recently I wanted to check out the Burnout series. So I grabbed Burnout Revenge. They did not have Takedown, but I was like, I'll snag this because it wasn't too expensive. And I got a couple other things for gifts, and then I was sitting there. I'm like, I had $60 in store credit, and it's going to be 20% off anything I get. So what's sitting there but the cartridge of Knuckles Chaotix on 32X for $100? And I'm like, okay. And I did the math in my head. I'm like, okay, with the $60, even if I only put it towards this, that would make it only 40, and then 20% off of that. Well, I wasn't sure where the 20% came into play.
You didn't know
but
if it came off of the 100 or how much it would be after the gift card.
Yeah. So if it came off the 100, that would take it out of 80, and my 60 would make this only 20. But long and the short of it, final purchase price was $30 for this, a game, and 2 other things.
That's not bad.
You can kind of see on it's not going to fucking focus. Yeah. So there we go. You can see it's got a little bit of water damage, and I was like, "Is this?" I asked, I'm like, "Is this going to work?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's been tested. We do know that it works, so you're good to go." And in the back of my head, I'm like, you know what? It's only 30, but also my background on this game, Knuckles Chaotix, it's like Sonic Adventure is to the Dreamcast as Knuckles Chaotix is to the 32X. I own Knuckles Chaotix complete in box forever ago because as the little kid Knuckles fan, when Blockbuster was getting rid of shit, I grabbed Knuckles Chaotix for like $5 probably or something because they're just shoveling 32X stuff out of the store as everybody was. That's either gotten stolen or just found its way into someone else's belongings through college or other shitty roommates or something. So having recently acquired a working 32X and not Knuckles Chaotix anymore, I've been trying to casually find it, but that game goes for over $200 complete. And my logic for this purchase was $100 for the cartridge with the store discount, my store credit, and the price of this game is only going to go up. I should just grab it. It was smart.
Yeah.
So, and I was like texting Rachel as well while my phone battery's dying because I had no reception out here. But I'm like, should I do this? Yada yada, $60 off, all this crap. And she's like, yeah, make the trip worth it because this place is also an hour away. And so I get back home, and I put it in there. Loads up the title screen. I'm like, fucking right. I'm so excited to play this because it's also a co-op game. Rachel and I can play. And I hit the start button, and it fucking freezes. The soundtrack's just going like the last note that was playing in the music was just like, and then I'm like, all right, let's just try it again. No big deal. It's an old game. I'll load it up again. Get into the game, and Knuckles jumps once, and it freezes again. I'm like, I hate everything in the world. And so I did the alcohol on a Q-tip, and I rubbed the diodes or whatever they are, let it sit and dry, air dry, put it back in, same thing happens. So it just freezes, and it's like I'm not even mad. I've been collecting long enough that this stuff's gonna happen, but it's just like I came so close once again. And it's just so... I should finish the story of it. So, talk to Carrie at Warp Zone. He's like, I'm sorry about that, man. And I was like, you guys did have a Dreamcast joystick, arcade stick. Can I just swap it for that? And he's like, yeah, I'll set it aside. But also, our repair guy, I'll give it to him, and I'll keep you posted on when it comes back. I was like, yeah, do that, because that's the thing. Like, this is the fucking worst, being a retro collector, because I don't care about how it looks on my shelf. I don't care about I am trying to complete a 32X collection, the library, but I genuinely just want to play this game. Like, I want to enjoy this game, and I can't do that because I don't want to spend $200 on a game that I can beat in an hour and a half, you know?
Emulate.
Well, I don't want to get an EverDrive just yet, and I would like to own this game and its stupid
You
box
have
and all
history
that
with
stuff.
it.
Yes, I do. And Knuckles is my favorite. I like him better than Sonic. So, and as if the world is like, oh, you think you like everything? Here's something else you like. And I watched Matt McMuscles' new video on Sonic Forces. Of course, in the background is the Chaotix theme song. I don't think people realize like this game has a great fucking soundtrack, and you've probably heard the soundtrack more than you've seen the gameplay because a lot of YouTubers and stuff do use it in their background for their videos.
Some kind of remix or anything like that.
Probably.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get that hopefully fixed. I don't have a lot of hope that it's gonna work. But
Never
also
say
I
never.
paid. Yeah, but I mean I
Yeah,
technically
not with
paid
that attitude.
Yeah, thanks. I technically only paid $30 for something that goes for well over that now. So
There you go, and you're getting
It's
you're getting a Dreamcast fight stick. So
yeah, which might be cool. But I would genuinely prefer to have this game work than have another arcade stick. But to turn it around for a little bit positive, went to Walmart and I saw a
Hey.
bin of shit, and they had Tony Hawk in the shelf or on the shelf, in the glass for 33 or $35. But then it was over in a bin and had the sticker on it, and it said 20. And I'm like,
Okay.
what thing do I believe? Because you can see I'm holding up right now Tony Hawk and Back for Blood on PS4. The Back for Blood has a purple sticker on it. Tony Hawk has a blue sticker on it. And they were marked like in a bin, like this is whatever price, this is whatever price.
Yeah.
And so I took a picture real quick and asked a friend who works at Walmart. I'm like, is this just the Black Friday weekend sale? Like, are these going to go back up on Monday? He's like, oh yeah, you should hit that up. You guys have more than my store does. I'm like, oh yes, I will. Because I wanted to pick up Tony Hawk for my brother who's back home now, and
nice.
he's a skater and hasn't played this yet. Tony Hawk was only $20, marked down from I think the retail's 35 or 40 still.
Yeah.
Back for Blood is a brand new fucking game for $60 still. It was 25, so I grabbed that as well.
There you go. There you go.
Because I'm gonna play this
That's come up.
with some buddies.
I mean, that's like the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it just came out. And it's like $30-$25. So
yeah. So
Heck
that's kind of everything though. I grabbed some video games finally, but had to hit up those deals because I am gonna play Back for Blood. Plan on getting some of the old Left 4 Dead crew back together. I think I've told stories of
it's crossplay too.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Shit, I might convince AJ to play this with me then on his.
It's
PC.
crossplay, so PC, Xbox, PS4, whatever, you can all play together.
Steam sale's going on right now. I don't really care to have it physical. Well, I might get it physical.
Well, if you have Game Pass, it's on Game Pass.
Oh yeah, I need to play Halo,
Oh,
so
is
I
it?
just redo my Game Pass and get all that shit.
Yeah, the same guy that traded in the PlayStation 4 for the controller was complaining about picking up Halo. Because it doesn't have co-op feature right from the get-go, and I'm like, if you have Game Pass, you're picking it up regardless. Why are we arguing here?
I'm sorry, Eddie, but your friend sounds like a goddamn idiot.
He wasn't a friend; he's just someone on the internet.
Okay.
The internet.
No, yeah, Back for Blood. We played. I mentioned forever ago, like a little kind of LAN party winter games thing that my buddy Lee hosted. We did a round of Back for Blood, and my other friend Brendan was there. Him and I and two other people forever ago played Left 4 Dead like on hard mode to basically Chivo hunt, but it was some of the most fun multiplayer experience I've ever had in video games. And like before we were done playing Back for Blood, he had bought it on his system digitally. I was like, yeah, I'll pick it up if we're gonna commit to like a couple weekends of doing that.
I'll pick it up. You know? I'm pretty sure I'd play it. I know Kenny and Brittany play it too, so
they were talking about it too. Yeah. So, but it's I'm excited to get back into that more realistically and manageably, because before we played I've told stories of those Left 4 Dead nights, but we stayed up to like 2 or 3 a.m. because we would start at like 10 p.m. after a shift and just fucking go hog wild. So
I had a few nights like that. So
yeah, sorry, that's my trials and tribulations of video games.
I think the only thing I had to complain about Back for Blood, and that's because I've gotten used to most of the FPS games having a slide.
Yeah,
like like a slide. Like if you're running and you press, the crouch button, they just slide.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, in a zombie game, I felt like that would be like the best thing that you could have when you're trying to dodge and avoid and going to heal somebody really quick.
Yeah.
And they didn't implement it. And I'm like,
James,
we were so close.
0.2
to
out
having
of 10.
we were so close to having perfection here. Because I did enjoy it.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I could see that working. I could see that hindering gameplay of this more than helping, because there would be just so many times I would see myself like sliding out of a horde and into another part of the horde or something. You
Like,
know?
oh
I guess,
shit.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen?
But it's a little too chaotic, maybe.
Have you seen? It's Knuckles chaotic.
Shit.
Have you guys seen the meme of like what is it? The newer Battlefield with its score by IGN, GTA Remastered, all these other games. They're like under 1, and then Peppa Pig is 8.8.
Nice.
Oh, shit, no.
Peppa
I
Pig
am
on
not.
PS4 is just like, yeah, Peppa Pig knows what the fuck it's doing. So
I'm Peppa Pig.
I saw that the
Yeah.
other day and it made me laugh really hard. So
Now, the other thing I wanted to point out too is that because we were talking about Burnout Takedown so much,
yeah.
without like, I guess like how do I say this, Scotty? I really like Burnout 3 Takedown. Revenge, I hated.
Uh-oh.
Well, it was the one following up to that.
Yeah. So I know I had a friend who also enjoyed Burnout 3 Takedown, and he really enjoyed Revenge. To me, it just like, I don't know, if it didn't match up. So I'm wondering what you will think. What are we showing
Going
me
to
there?
PSP.
Burnout to go on the
Hey.
PSP. Hey. There's
There's
another
an old
racing
ad in it.
game. What is it? Split Second is supposed to be really
Oh,
good.
that game. No, I did not like that game.
That's the one where like the
I
course
was
changes
very excited for
and
that.
shit.
Yeah, it does, and that's the only cool thing about it. But the driving, the actual handling, I remember playing that. It's too stiff
Oh, is
to
it?
be what it wants to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I
but,
think
I
I
mean,
think you'll still enjoy Revenge. I genuinely
Mhm.
think you still because you haven't played Takedown. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
But it's one of those things. It's like I feel like I would really enjoy Cowboy Bebop because I haven't seen the original.
Right. No, I mean
Yeah.
this was also only $9, so I'm not.
Oh,
If,
yeah,
if I
yeah.
hate it, I'm not too broken up about it. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I got a couple of good things. I did grab Hot Wheels because it was on sale. So
I know I didn't
that'll
pick it
be
up. I might need to pick up.
that'll be under the Christmas tree. So.
Hey.
Like I know.
Oh,
it's
we
for
did.
me, so.
I know it's a quick side note. We caved on the Nintendo Online update because I showed Rachel the trailer for Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer,
Shit.
which she absolutely loves. And I didn't play any of the N64 or Genesis stuff yet, but I have it.
But we should.
Yeah.
We should get together
Yeah.
and do that.
Also realized I had to do the fucking family plan because that's what we initially had since we have 2 accounts on the Switch.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
Yep.
I only have to do the one. We got rid of our second.
It works
Switch,
out
so-
though. It works out if you get people to jump in on it. You know what I mean? Because like my buddy, he's got 3 Switches in his home. One for him, his wife, and then the kid. And so they have a family plan. And so then they're just like, hey man, you want to get involved in this family plan? I was like, sure. And I only pay like $10. So I'm like, fuck yeah.
Maybe you should hit up AJ and Ashley and see if they need it. So
I'm sure they already have it. Ashley basically had a job as Animal Crossing pro player during the lockdown, so I'm sure they already have it.
that's pretty.
But have they
freaking
put in 500 hours? Because I
Oh,
have.
she is. Dude, she was telling me like, oh yeah, I already got the Christmas stuff because if you change your region and do this thing and do that, I'm like, I like Rocket League. I like Rocket League.
sweet. I like Rocket League. Stranger danger.
So no, it's
That's funny.
That's great. I love
yeah,
it.
so I talked a lot, but hey, I guess I got more going on than I thought I would.
What about
Hey,
you, Eddie? What the fuck have you been
Me?
doing?
Well,
There's nothing on this
as
docket.
you can see from the docket,
Nothing.
yeah, I've been doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely
Scotty
nothing.
and I are carrying this fucking show today.
That's right. That's right. I'm not even here. So, no, I didn't get around to it, but I wrote some stuff down on my phone that I wanted to talk about. As far as like, I haven't been doing anything but working in gaming is basically what I've been doing. And I talked about this last week. I've been talking about it all of November, how we've been basically playing the Ninja games. And Mystical Ninja basically took over November. So much that like yesterday we had our final Ganbare Goemon games for the PlayStation 1 that never came across to the United States.
Right.
And it was fantastic because they were just like, one plays like Mega Man. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a robot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, you're used to like Ganbare Goemon going around and just like piping people down with his little pipe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Laying that pipe. So...
Yeah, this one they give him a handgun and he shoots lemons or a
Just
shotgun
like
and it's a whole like full on charge beam. And I'm like, it's wild. It's got like anime cutscenes. Like the freaking Impact robot doesn't even look like the goofy Impact robot. He looks like a freaking combination of like RX-78 from Gundam Wing and freaking Optimus Prime. Like, it's wild, dude. Like it's, you got to check it out. If you're a fan of that, like, you have to check it out. But so much that we
goofy fighting robot Goemon.
Yeah, there you go. So so much that we had a good time with it that we basically said that next year, instead of like Ninja Nutvember or whatever, it's gonna be Mystical Ninja November. And I'm talking about like it's gonna be a whole month of events of playing Mystical Ninja games. We're gonna talk about cosplays being involved. It's gonna line up with one of the charities that I'm gonna be working on for next year as well too. So I'm excited for that because I had a really, really great time revisiting Mystical Ninja and then learning about the new games that I hadn't played about. So we had that going on.
You said there were a lot of games.
There's like 40
in that. Yeah.
What?
There's like 40 plus. Yeah.
Just one of those franchises that just never made it big over in America.
It's crazy because when you really think about it, it's like it has like 40 plus games, and the United States only got 3.
Was it?
One on the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Yeah, one on the Super Nintendo and 2 on the 64.
There was 2. Oh yeah, there was 2 on the 64. Yep.
Yeah, and that's it. And everything else is just like you gotta find it online or get it imported and stuff like that. But yeah, like no, they have over like 40 games spanning across. I think the interesting thing too is that like I never saw anybody post anything like, oh, you know, Ganbare Goemon on the Sega Genesis or Sega Saturn or Dreamcast. So I don't think they exist for that. It's like specifically like a Famicom, PlayStation, like type of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know? What
Konami?
Company? Okay.
Yeah. Which is, I don't understand why they wouldn't have made it on the Sega Genesis.
Yeah,
you know,
based on Genesis.
But I think there was like a prototype, but that's something I would have to like look into for later. But
well, I was thinking, if they didn't do great in the United States, then I could see why they wouldn't get put on the Genesis.
Oh, that's true. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. They got most beat 'em ups went to Genesis eventually that were not Streets of Rage, but Konami didn't really support Sega on the Dreamcast. They did nothing for the Saturn besides Castlevania. Or
did they do anything for the Sega Genesis anyway? Yeah, I'm like, did they? Because I mean, besides Bloodlines, Castlevania Bloodlines, what else did they have on there?
There were Tiny Toon games that were on like Super Nintendo and Genesis, and they were Konami back then.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did that. And like like I said, like I haven't really been doing much. Watched The Hobbit over the weekend because I wanted to watch. I've been wanting to watch the Lord. I've enjoyed it. I've watched it before. And it was just like really crazy, like watching it in Discord and talking with other people about it because some hadn't seen it, some had seen it, and we were trying to figure out how apparently I didn't know there was like 3 different types of hobbits. I always thought there was only one. But like there's like 3 different like races of hobbits and stuff like that.
Sir, you should dip into the Similarian.
I don't know if I want to go that far deep into it, but no, we had a good time with that, watching that because I want to watch the movies again because I haven't seen them in such a long time, and it still holds up. The movie looks great, and I know The Hobbit like was one of the series that got like a shit on. Like it's not as good as Lord of the Rings, but whatever. I still enjoyed it.
So that some people do compare that, but most argument for people that because Hallie loves Lord of the Rings, I'm slowly starting to love Lord of the Rings. And she's read the books and all that, and she's just like, there's no reason that this movie needed to be 3 movies. Like, there's no reason. Because, like, the book is, like, only 1 book. Yeah, Scotty's doing the money finger sign, so that's exactly what it was. So, that's the only downside to the Hobbit series. Because the Lord of the Rings series, like I said, I will praise watching those extended cuts because they're so great. They're they're
very wild. Good. I tried
that extra stuff.
Yeah, I tried doing a sitting of all 3 extended, and I fell asleep at the end of like 2 Towers. I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah, we did it over the course of 2 weekends. So it was Two Towers is my favorite. Two Towers is really good. I like that one.
I think it takes a special person to watch those solo.
Yeah.
But if you have someone hyped, like I always go back to AJ and I introduced our friend Tom to the anime Ruby before it blew up. And that first season is rough because they're literally like learning how to animate with that program that I forget the name of.
Right.
Because it's a CG anime, American anime thing. But like AJ and I were so hyped for what he was going to eventually see that we like helped push him through the rough season
Gotcha.
one. So I think that's kind of
It's like watching
Lord
The
of the
Office.
Rings might be. Yeah. Lord of the Rings might be one of those kind of things where it probably helps to have a super fan as a co-pilot, you know?
It'd be cool to if we like had more friends around us that like Lord of the Rings. We'd do one of those like days where you just have 9 meals, like they do.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Second breakfast and all that
yeah,
shit.
you do
Yeah,
breakfast,
whatever they say, yeah.
lunch, supper, dinner.
What
all
about
that.
second breakfast?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
But,
fun.
Is that Shovel? Wait, is Shovel Knight here?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Eddie got to experience the part where he had to voice 2 characters at the same time. So
Yeah. That was wild. That was intense because there's 2 different styles too. So like at the end of it, I was like, oh my throat.
yeah, it was like
I
Shrek
was like-
and Macho Man.
Yeah,
God.
going back and forth.
Jesus.
So, so it was like, ugh. But anyhow, yeah. So aside from that, we did the recording for some Shovel Knight, as Corey mentioned, and then I got some. I noticed that last week I didn't talk about the overly detailed nipple lady, and I think I had put that on
I'm
our
glad I
chat.
didn't miss anything.
Yeah,
Excuse me?
and the reason why I say that because it's part of the customer comments that we get right all the time, and like I had put that one on there.
We're
Yeah.
shifting gears. I thought we were still talking about Shovel Knight.
No. We're talking
I've
about
shifted
Amazon.
with
We're talking about work. And so somebody had ordered like the pasties for to cover up the nipples and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the girl like just like her comment, and I didn't write it down because it was just like so detailed and so many things that were going on with that. But she was like describing the size, the color,
Diameter.
like everything about her nipples and like why the pasties she got were the wrong ones. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, and it was just so crazy. Like, yeah, it was just so wild. Some people, like I'm telling you, some people, what they put on there is absolutely not necessary. If you didn't like the product, you just don't like the product, but you don't need to. And she was like super angry and, like I said, detailed of like why it wasn't working for her. And like when she started going into the color and all that stuff, I was just like, oh, she's talking about her own nipples. I was like, holy fuck. Like, I was like, this is crazy. And so,
Before
So, yeah.
we move any farther, ScrubVerse is not nipple shame. We love nipples of all shapes and sizes. So
absolutely. So we had that. I had that going on.
Jesus.
going on.
I'm sorry,
And
sir,
then,
Mr. Boss Man. It seems this lady is angry and horny.
Yeah,
angry, and
yeah.
she's got. You want to know what her nipples look like without looking at them? Here you go.
Yeah, there you go.
She's
They do
written
not
the
look like
romance
this.
novel.
They do not look like this. They look the opposite of this.
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
I love this segment. I look forward to this every week.
You know, the funny thing about it is like I tell myself like I'll go in on Monday and I'll be like, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna get today, like blah blah blah, and then I didn't get anything, and then like Tuesday hits and it's just like ha ha ha, I got some stuff
Got
here
some ammo.
to work with, and some of them are like dumb, like some of them are like dumb. I just like the first one that I saw was a Lightning McQueen toy, and book. So from the movie Cars, Lightning McQueen.
Okay.
And the comment that it was reason that it was returned was,
Oh no.
this was made in Vietnam, not China. Clearly not a quality product.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Whoa, that sentence had me on so many roller coaster levels there for a second.
That's what it said. This was made in Vietnam, not China. Clearly not a quality product.
How many quality products have they got from China?
I don't know.
All right.
But do we areola shame? No, we do not areola shame.
So far, nipple lady's winning. So.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to start off with her because like that was like the first, like I was like, we didn't talk about it last week, and so I wanted to make sure that we talked about it this week. The second one was just for an anime called Actually I Am.
Okay.
It's like I don't know what it's about. I think it's like monsters and fucking schoolgirls and all that stuff.
Okay.
It's a Blu-ray that's being returned,
like all Full Out Boy titles now.
right?
Yeah.
And the comment why the reason it was being returned was not the right audio. And I'm like, what does that even mean?
Maybe dub wasn't available or something.
I mean, I looked at the back of the package to make sure, like, what it said offers English subtitles, English and Japanese audio.
Maybe they were like Dutch.
Maybe Spanish. I don't know.
Maybe.
So
I need this in 5.1 French, you ass.
yeah, you know what I mean? Not or the DTS English. And the last, oh no, not the last one, but the next one was for some black shower curtains. Some black shower curtains that were being returned. And the comment, no, the comment was just, I bought these for an idea I had, but then realized it's inappropriate. I don't know. And like I
cannot
said,
use these for a school project anymore.
I don't know. Like, it leaves you with so much detail. Like, well, what were they gonna do?
We'll never know. Moving on.
You know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
This is like half of a cryptic teenager's AOL away message or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just so wild because I'm just over here like I don't
let me have the black shower curtains anymore.
Yeah, like I just don't get it. Like, you know, it's like you don't have to put all this stuff. And of course you get like the ones that were like my wife say they suck, so we returned them, or like, you know, like the basic stuff.
You don't have
so I
to
try
put a
to
reason.
Yeah, you don't have to.
No.
You just like did not like or the simple ones that are just like no. No what? Like I don't get it. Like
It's such
no
an
what?
open-ended
Like,
question.
yeah, it's like let's understand. But the last one, and this is what I mean. Like, there's some shit that's just like absolutely not necessary. And then the way they go on in detail and write the comment just shows me, like, one, how angry they are, and two, how unnecessary this comment
How
needs to
extra
be.
people are.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because they were returning washable diapers for dogs. Okay.
God damn it, Eddie. Every time I go to get upset about something, you fucking detour me into another area.
And the comment while it was being returned stated, "These rubbed my dog raw. I had to take him to the vet."
Oh shit! Speaking of
very
Red Rocket,
upset. Yeah, but I was like, who the fuck describes that kind of action as, you know what I mean? Rub my dog raw. I was like, I did not need to know this.
word of advice from ScrubVerse to your home: never rub your dog raw. So
Yeah, you know,
Don't raw
so
dog it.
never raw dog it.
that's a different thing.
That's the title right there.
Oh, boy.
That one,
Ah,
I don't
shit.
know how that one's gonna work.
Spell raw RAAH.
No, we can do
something.
dog as DAWG.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just blew me away. I was like, I just don't understand like
I've never
some of
been
this
so
stuff.
happy for someone to work somewhere. Like, I'm so happy that you have a job that you enjoy and that you get to do this shit with.
The crazy thing is that I'm pretty sure like there's some kind of legality here that I'm like missing, and then they're gonna be like, "Hey man, you're sharing information." Am I really though? I mean, I'm not saying the
we've
customer's
not disclosed
name.
anyone's identity, so
Yeah, you know what I mean.
You're not sharing anything that we can't go to an Amazon product page and read the reviews and
That's true.
whatever of. So
That's true.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is
you
absolutely
can buy
true.
butt plugs on Amazon. All right, so
You can buy a lot of shit on Amazon. You'd be surprised how
Got
many
everything.
fucking toys we get returned, and I'm just like,
Ew. It's like
sidelined.
a sanitary fucking
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm wearing gloves.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
Butt plug was
yeah.
too small.
aside from, so that's you know, this week's Amazon comment returns. I don't know if I'll have some next week. Maybe I'll hold off on it. But
Make 'em up.
yeah, right. Make them up. No, I can't
No,
make some of
bank
this
'em
shit
up.
up. Oh yeah. I can't make some. Oh, there's some fucked up ones. Like, and we talk about it like amongst like the other people. It's like, what comment did you get this week? And I was like, oh, I got this one. He's like, fuck. He's like, I got one about some diet pills and saying that the customer died a week after. I'm like, that's fucked up. I
It's
don't.
not fun no more.
It's not fun no more. Yeah, like that ain't cool.
Yeah.
But Yeah, Thanksgiving was small and short and sweet here. I had to work, so we just made steaks and potatoes and mac and cheese.
Fuck, I'm going to Eddie's house next year.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Just like that's what we did. We fucking not the traditional, huh?
I'm raising my hand because
Okay.
I think
You have a question?
no, I have a thought that's forming. So bear with me. So I think
Okay.
I'm tired of traditional Thanksgiving food. And I'm starting
Okay.
to understand people that are like, oh, we make lasagna on Thanksgiving, or we
Fuck
grill
yeah.
steaks, or we eat whatever the fuck we want.
Mhm.
And I'm just
Oh,
like,
boy.
why don't we do that now? Like, oh, do you want turkey? We can make turkey. But also, do you want like cheeseburgers? We can make cheeseburgers too. Like
Yeah.
basically it's a
100%.
stoner's idea is what it is.
Yeah,
Don't say that around
100%.
Rachel because she wishes she could eat Thanksgiving food year round.
I got so much like I made that cranberry sauce. I ate it twice and I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this cranberry sauce? I'm not gonna eat all this fucking cranberry sauce.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I know that like when I was back home, like we never did traditional Thanksgiving. Like if I go to my brother's, it's like it ends up being like traditional Thanksgiving, turkey, ham, and all that, like the works and whatnot. But yeah, but when I was at home with like mom, we would always lasagna was one of the things that was always made. We always made lasagna.
Okay.
We would make a chicken instead of a turkey, so we can make chicken sandwiches and stuff like that. Like, you know what a wet burrito is, right? So think of a wet torta.
Okay.
So it's like chicken, cabbage, beets, and just drenched in fucking juices. It's fucking amazing.
Okay. I'd eat it.
So we do, yeah. So we do that. My sister would make these like baked potatoes with like cheese and bacon on it. So that's kind of like the closest thing. Yeah, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
But yeah, we were very non-traditional. And there would be like tamales and fucking pozole, just kind of like yeah, just
Right.
not traditional. You
Think
know what I
about
mean?
changing it up next year. We'll see. I don't know.
So yeah, that's when me and the roommate were like, because he had to work, I had to work, and I was like, so what are we doing? I was like, fucking, let's get some steaks. I was like, fuck it, I'll make the mac and cheese and the fucking potatoes.
Yeah.
And that's what we fucking did.
There you
Easy
go.
peasy. Yeah. I also did an Earthbound stream. I forgot it. We did a Friendsgiving Earthbound stream for anybody who didn't have anywhere to go. We basically just walked around Eagle Land, just talking about our Thanksgiving experiences, and there was a character in the game that went to go visit her boyfriend in the city, and it turned out that he was cheating on her. This is Earthbound lore. Like, it turns out that like the guy's like, oh, I'm here seeing somebody else, and my girlfriend like fucking followed me, and the girl's like, I shouldn't have came, and I'm like, oh, like fucking poor thing, she's brokenhearted. Yeah, so
Is this
me and my buddy,
Earthbound Days of Earthbound Lives or whatever.
yeah. So me and my buddy were like, oh, you know what? Like, let's just collect the sprites of all the lonely souls we come across right now, and we're going back home to mom's for like Thanksgiving dinner. So by the end of it, we had like 12 different sprites of just like random people, in game that were just like, I don't have anywhere to go. Like, I don't like literally like there was a kid that was just like, I think this is my home, but I'm not sure. I always get lost, so I guess I'll just stay here. And I'm like, nah, man, like, come on, let's go to Thanksgiving dinner.
You're a squatter now, is what you're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it turned out to be fun, but yeah, that's basically been my week. As far as like pickups go, I finally ended up getting the Game & Watch from the GameStop. I had ordered it.
Oh, shit.
Legend of Zelda. So fuck, where's the camera? There it is.
There you go.
There it is.
Clock.
Yeah.
Nice.
So now I got both. I got both of them now.
Got both.
I can't
There
say
it
a
is.
damn thing. So
Yeah.
I got 4 Game Gear Micros sitting behind me.
I know. I was
Yeah,
like,
right?
Scotty can't say shit.
I was looking into getting because we've been talking about like I was gonna be doing the Dreamcast stuff next year for some of the games and whatnot, and I wanted to get that brawler control for the Dreamcast. I didn't know that they don't have one for PC. It's only for the actual console itself.
Yeah, for Dreamcast, it's only for the Dreamcast ones. They didn't make a
Yeah.
USB
I didn't know
version.
I did that.
Yeah, I was like, that's upsetting. So yeah, and that's the only pickup I did. My week was pretty short. Like I said, I've been just busy with work. Those 10 hours kick your ass. I took a few days off of stream because I just needed to recover and get my sleep schedule back on. So
You'll get used
Yeah.
to it. Your body was not ready, like not used
Oh.
to that.
well, yeah, and speaking of which, thank you, Papa Bezos, because not only have you given me a job where I can provide food on the table, but I've lost 12 pounds since I started working at Amazon.
Wow.
Which is fucking crazy because the cardio and everything that I'm doing from just moving around and stuff like that, and then light eating because I don't want to eat heavy for lunch because then I'm gonna be all lethargic for the rest of the day. Yeah, it's just like I wake up, I make myself a shake. You know, I have that to go in the energy. I have a small lunch, whether it be a sandwich and like something like a fruit or a candy bar.
Yeah, man.
Or a small bowl of like chicken and vegetables, and then I come home and I have a bowl of cereal or something like that because I don't want to eat heavy before I go to sleep. Which is the reason why I kind of started reorganizing the room. And as you guys can see, everything that's been going around, because I'm just like, well, one, I've been wanting to get rid of the bed because it's already old and it's taking up too much space. Two, I was like, now with like when I get the futon in the small desk area, I have this whole little like space right here, which is probably a good like maybe 4x4, like a 16 square foot area where I can just like stretch out, work out, fucking do some yoga and maximize
There you go.
my shit. So that's what I was doing before last year when
space for activities.
Yeah. So yeah,
It's a blessing in the skies for you, Eddie.
Yeah, and I just gotta maximize it because I told myself like I was like, yeah, if Amazon is like helping me like move around and it's crazy because I was watching some videos like about reviews and people talking about like, oh, like, you know, how was it working at Amazon? And one girl specifically said, she's like, I loved it because it was my workout for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And I was
used to work on the donor floor. That was my workout for the day.
Yeah.
So I do miss it.
Yeah.
So
it's the only thing I miss. Well, one of the few things I miss about retail is being on my feet all day.
yeah. So
double-edged
congrats, I guess.
sword. Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't intentional, so I don't know if it's really congrats, but keep it up.
Well, I've
doing
been
your day
wanting
job?
to. I you know, I think
quit your
I've been
day job.
wanting to. Like I said, it's one of those things where like last year at this point I was down almost
Right.
40 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, and since then I've gained it back up. So just kind of like I've been telling myself like, oh, like little things are starting to fall into place again with like the job. You know, I mentioned the DUI thing last time, and like that case being cleared. I don't know if I mentioned it here on the podcast,
Yeah,
but now
I was like,
people
all
know.
right, I guess you're just disclosing that now.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, it's I want to be an advocate for it, dude. Like honestly, it's just like it's a lesson learned, and thankfully that it's minimal of stuff. Like I didn't hurt anybody or anything like that. I didn't crash into anything. Like
said
it's buzz
lesson
driving
learned.
is still drunk driving. Yeah, lesson learned and shit. So like yeah, just celebrating like that's been kind of like squared off and cleared away. The job is going great. My health, like as far as like, you know, like it's getting better because of the job too.
Yeah.
Kind of
You have
know
a
where I want
purpose.
the channel to go. Like, yeah, things are kind of just falling into place right now. And I'm just like, all right, like let's maximize what we got and just go with it. So
Mystical
on.
Ninja, everything's great.
yeah,
Mr.
exactly.
Ninja, everything's good.
Yeah.
Got job, paid
Exactly.
bills, got steaks,
Yeah.
good to go.
That's
So,
it. Living the life.
Well, I knew this would happen. We're going on almost 2 hours of talking, so I said, fuck finding a news article for the news segment, because there's not a lot of... I mean, we could talk about Bobby Kotick at Blizzard more, but I was like, I'm pretty sure we're tired of talking about that shit.
Yeah.
And you got all this other shit, so... we were just gonna skip the news this week, so enjoyed all our fucking hour-long weeks. So, and I don't think Eddie, if people want to ask us a question, what should they do?
Join the fucking Discord.
That is right. Join the fucking Discord, or you can email us at ScrubVersePodcast@gmail.com. But join the fucking Discord.
Yeah, join the fucking Discord.
You can
We
ask
got
us
cookies.
questions. Because we don't have.
I don't think that's how that. Does that work like that, Eddie?
No, it doesn't. I just
You
did
just
it for,
started-
you know.
We're in you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still working. All right, some features that were on Twitch aren't on YouTube yet. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but no, we don't have any questions this week. But like we said, if you want to ask us one, join our Discord. I got a question for us.
Here's
I'm
a
just gonna-
question. All right, fine. Fuck you.
Well, no, sir. Age before beauty. So there you go.
Fuck you. What next? What do you think is the next Game and Watch that Nintendo's going to release?
What's the
Metroid.
ones- Yeah. What did they release? They've released Legend of Zelda and what else?
And Mario.
Mario and Zelda are their two best-selling franchises, but I don't think Metroid is the next best-selling. It's been known as one of the worst selling
best-selling.
franchises.
Well, Dread has been selling fucking copies.
Yeah, I
Well,
think that's the
yeah,
reason why is they're gonna ride that momentum.
Maybe.
It'll be F-Zero. I'll get my new F-Zero
Yeah,
game.
right. It'll have all 3 games on it. Well, no, it'll only be able to handle 2,
Out
probably.
of my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Super Metroid. I think that's probably the most logical one.
Well, it wouldn't even be Super Metroid. That's the unfortunate
Super,
part.
it'd
It's
be
just-
Metroid and Super.
Yeah, because this one doesn't have Link to the Past, does it? No, yeah,
I
it doesn't
know
have
it has
Link to
more
the
than the
Past.
fucking the Mario thing. I'm legit mad that people bought because it seems like the most useless thing in the world. But
Just all the
the
games
Zelda
that are on
one
the
has-
Super Nintendo game.
the Zelda has more. What's that, Corey?
Is the Mario one just like the Super Mario All Stars game on Super Nintendo?
No, it's one
No,
game
not
on
even.
there.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
Yeah.
got 2. It's got 2 games.
Oh.
It's yeah, Super Mario Brothers and the Lost Levels. So
Fuck you!
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a technicality if you want to see it. But
I was so annoyed that people were excited for that because again, I had the fucking Game Gear Metros. Oh, the Game Gear Metros. The micros with each of them having 4 games, and people are like losing their shit because it's
Yeah.
a Mario alarm clock with 2 games on it.
I'm good.
But
good,
bro.
so the Zelda one has like 5 or 6 on it. I thought
it's got
much better
3.
deal.
It's got 3. It's
Whoops.
well, if you want to go into the technicality of it, right? Because it's got Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and then Link's Awakening, and then it's got an actual Game & Watch game, but it's Link instead of Mr. Game & Watch. So,
So
Yeah,
3,
like 3.5.
actual.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. It's the same thing with the Mario one. It has a Game & Watch game, but it's Mario as
How
opposed to
much do those
Mr.
run?
Game & Watch. They go for about I think it's $50. To be honest, I forget. Like
You-
my GameStop hookup is just like, hey, I reserved it for you. And then eventually I just send him money, and then he's like, all right, it's paid off.
Yeah, I mean, I would think you could do Metroid and Metroid 2: Return of Samus, the Game Boy one.
Yeah.
You would do those. I don't know if they would do a Mega Man one, but you could do a Mega Man one.
Well, that's
Well,
not
these are more
Nintendo.
Nintendo, yeah, as opposed to
Yeah,
Capcom. You know what I mean? So that's why I say I think it would be Metroid, because you could do Metroid 1 and 2. It would be bold for them to go ahead and put Super Metroid on there, but
Oh, you
I
can do a
mean,
Donkey Kong one.
like a legit
What would be
Donkey
on
Kong
that,
one, yeah.
though?
There's 3 Donkey
the
Kong games on
original?
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could put all those on there.
I was thinking that they could do Kirby, but Kirby's not really popular anymore
Fuck you, I love Kirby.
because he's got a lot of. I'm trying to think of ones that would have a 2D game that could easily
He's got that new game
get
coming out too.
thrown onto those.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Maybe that for
Kirby
marketing
Odyssey.
purposes, they could. Yeah,
Yeah, Kirby
maybe they
Odyssey.
could do
Yeah.
that.
My question was going to be to everyone is, what is your favorite thing to eat for Thanksgiving?
We were talking about traditional foods, and my mom mentioned at dinner that she remembered a time when mashed potatoes was not part of the Thanksgiving meal. It was more like sweet potatoes. That's the
Yeah.
only potatoes.
I hate sweet
Um,
potatoes.
I've never really
I
liked
don't
them
like
either.
sweet potatoes in the
Uh,
Thanksgiving way. I like them like mashed.
yeah,
That's it.
probably stuffing for me.
My in-laws and my wife, they make a chicken dressing that's really, really good with some
Oh yeah,
homemade
from the
turkey.
south, so you call it dressing, not stuffing, right?
Well, my understanding of it is dressing is more of a casserole, and then stuffing is like what you could do, like what is it, not shake and bake, but the Stouffer's stovetop or whatever. That's like you make stuffing, and it's more like bread, and it's like airy and stuff like that. Dressing is
Yeah.
like a fucking dense ass casserole. So, but
Yeah, we're talking traditional. I would have to say ham and mashed potatoes. That's what I like.
not a ham, man. I'd have to say
Yeah.
I like turkey, and I never thought I would say this because it's such a basic recipe, but I love my mother's broccoli and cheese casserole. She makes it
There you
every
go.
year for Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I remember eating that shit up as a kid, watching Cowboy Bebop on Toonami. So
There it is.
Huh.
Leftover Ginger brings up a dish right there that he actually brought up while I was playing Earthbound for the Friendsgiving stuff. Poor man's pierogi, which is basically mashed potatoes with pasta. So like you could use it
Oh,
with like
well,
either
yeah.
lasagna, or you can do like
Yeah.
regular noodles and stuff like that, like macaroni and stuff like that. and it sounds amazing. I want to try it. Like it genuinely does sound pretty good.
So rather than it being Polish, it's just more Polish.
It's like a po' boy where it's PO apostrophe.
Po' boys, po' mans.
I am biting. I'm not saying biting the bullet, but I am going to indulge this Christmas. I am buying a beef tenderloin, and I am going to make a beef Wellington. I'm going to try my hand at it. And the only problem is when you buy a tenderloin, if you buy the whole thing, it's like $125. But you get the whole tenderloin. So instead of it just being one like fucking meal, you could probably end up being like 6 meals. So I'm gonna justify it like that.
A lot of cows.
Too pink in the middle. I don't like it.
Shut up.
I used to say when I was growing up, I could basically live on ham and shrimp because those are my 2 favorite foods. So,
I do like shrimp.
Yeah.
Not a ham. I've just
ham.
eaten ham so much as a kid that I'm tired of it. That's my problem. That's like I just ate it so much as a kid. Probably why. And if Chris was here, he would tell me turkey's trash. No one. It's not a good bird. It's because you need to find friends or have family members that know how to cook a turkey. That's what it boils down to.
Yeah, stuffing can also be super shitty if it's dried out.
Yeah,
and just
exactly.
Not made right.
I mean,
any food can suck if it's prepared wrong. So just eat better prepared food. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'm making a face because I'm not like this beef Wellington does not look appealing to me.
The puff pastry and all that stuff.
It's too pink in the middle.
Okay. Well,
we
don't do well done tenderloins here. So
yeah, no, I do. Burn that motherfucker. I want the taste of
Eddie,
fucking burnt and crunch. I'll die on that hill. I don't care.
When I'm cooking for the family, for Chris's family, we'll go to McDonald's for you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I was trying to think of anything that I enjoy with a little bit of a crisp, like burnt crisp, and the only thing that came to mind were marshmallows on s'mores.
I like crispy bacon.
Well, yeah, but it's not. I'm talking like burnt, like visibly black. Burnt food.
Charred.
Charred.
Like charcuterie.
The only thing I could think of was fucking marshmallows. What? You broke up. What?
So like charcuterie.
No.
Oh.
He didn't read chat back when she said that. Wispy.
I did.
Fantastic.
And scene. So all right, that's all we got for our questions. I guess we can do a rundown on what we're doing this week and what we got planned, and then we can close out the shows.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I don't want to go first. So, Scotty, what are you doing this week?
Oh, great! The other person that doesn't know what they're doing. So, Megavisions issue 2 flat plans done. We're just putting stuff together. I've got a piece for it that I'm hitting writer's block on, but kind of trying to figure out writing that. Not really streaming. I don't know if we're doing Let's Plays this week. We have to discuss that. And I don't know what's coming up for the Static Zone podcast because December is kicking in and we're going to start watching some Christmas movies, but we haven't discussed that either. So
I already
have fucking clue what I'm doing.
The day of Thanksgiving when we were cleaning up, I was like, turn on Christmas Vacation. And I'm like, let's get into these. I hate these movies, but I love them so much. I hate them and love them at the same time. We've been
watching Christmas movies. I didn't mention it because I don't know if we want to save it for a Static Zone, but we did watch 8-Bit Christmas. And that's
I didn't see the trailer, but I saw
the Netflix one, right?
Yeah, I saw.
Yes. That is a movie.
Yes. All right. The way you said it, we're doing it. Oh, is it as bad as Pixels?
I haven't seen Pixels.
Pixels was good.
Okay.
I don't know if Eddie's trolling us or not.
I don't know.
No, I enjoyed Pixels. I didn't think it was that bad. See, the thing is, I'm very simple, I guess is the word. Like I'm very easily pleased. I'm very easily pleased when it comes down to certain things like that. Like
you're the average moviegoer. That's what you are.
Yeah, and there's like certain like movies that like I'll be like, okay, wait, hold on, I don't know if I want to see this one. Case in point, the one that we've been talking about right now is Rocky 4. Stallone decided to come out with like a director's cut where he added 40 minutes of new footage, but and cut some old footage out, and it only extended the time by like 6 minutes overall. So I'm like, what the fuck did you cut?
It's the Stallone cut.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch it because it's like one of my favorite, it's my favorite Rocky movie and stuff like that. So, but even then, I like one of the things that's been I kind of get sticking to me, and I brought this up with Scotty last week, is that you say it all the time, Corey. We live in a world where we can have these two things. It's like, yeah, I guess that's how I should start looking at things. It's just like, maybe if I don't like it, fuck it, somebody's gonna think it's the greatest thing ever,
at the
and
end
let
of the
them
day,
enjoy
it
it.
makes you not look like an asshole for not liking something. So
Yeah, so there. But I thought Pixels was good. Yeah.
Okay, where were we? Scotty was talking about his week. That's what it was.
I was talking about how I don't know what I'm doing. That's all.
Perfect. Sound like every adult in America right now. So, Eddie, what about you?
Same old thing. Yeah, working for Papa Bezos. We're actually so we're done with Ninja November for the month. We're gonna go into December, and we're gonna be streaming Demon Souls on the PlayStation 5 and Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Those are gonna be the two games that I'm gonna focus for the month of December.
Back, huh?
Yeah, going back. I was there in December of last year. I tried to do it during the summer, and here we are again. We're going back to Demon Souls.
No Christmas until we beat Demon Souls.
That's right. And so, aside from just kind of rearranging the room and stuff like that, like I said, I've been working on a lot of background stuff, so we're going to start implementing it for the channel. The channel's basically going on another overhaul, new redemptions, new bit rewards, new donation stuff, because we are basically going to start kicking off 2022 with Eddie Fuerte's charity stream for a whole year is basically what it is. So we're picking 4 charities at 4 different times of the year, and instead of doing the typical hey, this is the incentive that you're gonna get, if we do blah 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 and we reach this goal, it's like, no, on those selected months that we're doing it, all bits, all subs, and any donations go directly towards the charity.
That's good.
So yeah, that way it's no
you don't need the money from the stream to live anymore. So
yeah, it's like, well, I mean, and even that, it's just I think it's gone back to the whole thing that we've been talking about. It's just I now know what I want the channel to be and how to go about it and stuff like that. And one of the things that I keep seeing that a lot of people keep asking the same questions regarding streams, and I'm like, dude, the ultimate shit is just fucking have fun. When you're no longer having fun anymore, it's over. So you can do all this stuff, and it becomes an argument. People I put up a tweet where I was just like, you can be a full-time worker and be a full-time content creator. You can be a full-time worker and be a full-time charity streamer. You can do whatever you want as long as you're having fun. And somebody's like, well, what if I don't want to work? And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, dude.
You don't things like that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Because all you're doing is shitting around on the internet.
I have said it multiple times. Luckily, I have not had to make true on the words. But in any situation, knock on wood, if I were to lose my job, I would be streaming fucking 10 hours a day, just being like, yo, let's see where we can go with this. Let's play shit that we would legitimately want to have fun with. I don't understand it, and I'm gonna get up on a soapbox for a minute. And if anyone listens to this and you feel offended by it, I'm sorry, but you got to put the work in. That's what it comes down to. You got to put the fucking work in. If you don't put the work in, you don't just be like, I want to be a streamer. What the fuck? I streamed for 2 months and I only got 2 views. Dude.
Well, not only that. Yeah, it's not only about that, but it's I tell people, I'm not trying to discourage anybody from not doing what they want to do. If they want to be full-time content creators, go ahead and be full-time content creators. But ultimately, if it's not paying your bills, if you're only getting a $200 to $300 monthly payout, there's no way you can live off of that.
Something wrong. There's something wrong.
You know what I mean? And it's a conversation that a lot of people don't like to have. And so, I know I've brought it up, and I've gotten into it with some people on Twitter regarding the matter, and it's just hey, I'm being realistic. I prefer making sure that my money is coming in, and I don't have to worry about it. Oh, am I getting paid this month? Is there a payout? Fuck that. You know what I mean? This is all bonus and fun. And once again, when you stop having fun and you start looking at the numbers, that's when shit starts going down. So
I am so thankful that I was in a touring rock band before I tried to do anything on Twitch, because
there you go.
It was a successful weekend out on the road if we fucking broke even for the hotel and gas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
I don't know.
it just helps with the perspective.
Yeah, I'll get off my soapbox, but I'm just like, gotta work.
Yeah, no, I digress too. So, but yeah, aside from that, we got that going on.
Cool.
The futon should be coming in tomorrow, hopefully. So I'll be setting that up, and then I ordered some new lights that should be coming in too. So as you can see, it's not really
a little dark behind you.
It's a little dark behind me, and then I have this fucking light. Yeah, so so I got that going on, and but yeah, other than that, the last thing is somebody gave me an idea for the 12 days of Ludmus, because they gave them that idea. Like somebody came up to their channels like, you know what would be great for your channel? So shout out to Collection Revolution. He's like, and they told him like, you should do like 12 days of Ludmus. He's like, I don't think that's the kind of content I want here on my channel.
But if we go to
Eddie,
like,
but he's like, however,
but I know
Eddie, and I'm like,
I know
what?
a guy.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, so I got to start planning some of that
just
stuff.
Don't break TOS. So.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, so, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got going on for my week. What about you, Corey?
Yeah, I got to figure out where we are. YouTube uploads are still going. So far we haven't missed an upload, which is pretty nice. I got to edit our session so we can have about 6 weeks of Shovel Knight episodes, since we only upload once a day with those, or once a week with those fucking things. But no, besides that, I'm playing Strider over on the Strider 2014 version, not the Nintendo version, over on the Megavision's channel on Thursday. Check that out at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm just getting ready for Christmas, getting through these last 2 weeks of school. It's going to be a real busy week for school next week, just to get everything on top of everything, and then also staying on top of work meetings, all that shit. But we're going to get there. It's going to be all right, and we're going to get there. So, but that's it. That's all we got. How do we close these out again?
Can't rate anybody.
We can't rate anybody, so we just kind of say thanks for tuning in. Have yourselves a wonderful rest of the weekend and a great week.
A merry Terminator.
There you go.
There you
go. Finally focused.
This is all DMCA shit. You know, that's an incident happening.
Whoops.
Silver
weather outside is the weather.
Weather outside is what. All right, we're
going back to this again. Yeah.
We'll do our outro and we'll talk to you guys later.
Dreaming of.